star is born. The star is Fiji Indian TV, featuring a live web TV show covering news, current affairs, sports, Bollywood gupshup, Kaunchi Pakaya, Aao Chat Kare, FITV Talent Time, live coverage and more. Join us with your host Param Sivan. Fiji Indian TV, providing entertainment for the Fiji Indians around the globe. Every Sunday from 1 p.m. www.fijiindiantv.com. Be there.
और फिजी इंडियन टीवी में आप सबका हम स्वागत करना चाहते हैं। मैं हूं परम शिवन
और हमेशा की तरह विश्वजीत आप सभी को एक बार फिर इस कार्यक्रम में स्वागत करते हैं। एंड आवर टू अदर गेस्ट डॉक्टर होस्ट डॉक्टर
एंड को होस्ट कह सकते हैं, बिकॉज द पब्लिसिटी में आज नोजी के नाम नहीं गिरा और दैट वाज एक्चुअली डन बाय रॉन नाइडू। एक्चुअली आई वाज वेरी बिजी यस्टरडे। गाइस, यू नो, हेलो एंड वेलकम।
आप एपिसोड 57 में हमारे सभी सुनने वालों को हमारा राजस्थान यानी भारतवर्ष से सभी का सादर नमस्कार करते हैं और शुभकामनाएं लाएंगे। हेलो,
ट्रेनिंग करा क्या कल तू?
यानी कि बोला नजी, हाउ आर यू? वेलकम।
Very good. Maybe जितने listeners out there, I want to thank you all for coming and joining us. समय बहुत important है सबके लिए, लेकिन 2 hours जो आपके हमारे साथ में है, thank you very much। और Fiji Indian
और आपको ये बता दें कि मेरा जो लिसना है वो यहाँ है, आप लोगों का लिसना यहाँ है। तो आपको ये बता दें कि आपका लिसना यहाँ है, मेरा लिसना यहाँ है, आपका लिसना यहाँ है, मेरा लिसना यहाँ। Okay, ladies and gentlemen, today is episode number 57 यार, बहुत ही जोर तोर से हम बढ़ रहे हैं। आज is another wonderful topic, but we're sharing and we're having fun here. We got some cakes here, by the way, wonderful cakes again on behalf of
Shelly and Ronald, basically.
Wonderful cakes यार, बहुत अच्छा बनाए लोग। Guys, लोग टेस्ट करा कि नहीं?
जी हाँ, nothing like hot tea
plus
and cake.
we got अदरक वाला चाय मुन्ना here, अदरक वाला चाय, स्वादिष्ट अदरक वाला चाय by Dr. Anil here। हम लोग के दांत मिला करे ना चाय बनाना
नहीं, इसको
एंटीऑक्सीडेंट आदि
चाय देते हैं, फिर उसके बाद में
Well, it's guys, we've got a very important topic today, or you know, I think you guys are all excited about it, aren't you?
Yes. Talk about dosti, and it's always one of the best topics to talk about.
Friendship and
That's our
dosti.
topic for today. Yes,
Yeah,
dosti.
you know this thing. You know, have you noticed there's 3 types of friends, or do you think there's more than 3?
Well, I thought there was only 2 kinds, but maybe there's
The third one comes in बाहर से है ना, entry मारेगी।
I mean, come on, I'll give you to the forum. What do you think the third friend is? You know, a third type of a friend.
well, you can have friends who are like Facebook friends, pen friends.
There's only 3 types of friends. Yes, one is you have a good friend, and the other one is not a friend. दुश्मन है। और तीसरा जो friend है, friends पे बैठते हैं। If that's a third,
Sit on the fence.
sit in the fence, middle.
जिधर बड़े उधर टापे।
हाँ,
बिन पेंदी का लोड़ा।
मुझे लोड़ा। Yes, बिन पेनी का लोटा। Yes, one friend is a good friend जो आपके साथ हमेशा जिंदगी में रहते हैं, and the other one is actually not a good friend, which is a दुश्मन, and the third one is actually sitting on the fence. उनके बारे में कुछ बातें करेंगे, interesting topics. Head over to our chat room, guys, and the message in the chat room is www.fijiindiantv.com में चैट रूम नहीं है, बट यू नो radiofsana.com पर आप जाकर वहाँ पर चेक सकते हैं, अपनी इनपुट्स दे सकते हैं। एंड यू नो, आप सबको अस्सलाम वालेकुम, नमस्कारम, सत श्री अकाल करना चाहते हैं जो लोग इस प्रोग्राम को सुन रहे हैं। वेल, आई विल स्टार्ट विद यू गाइस। हाउ हैज योर वीक बीन?
It was very busy. I attended a engagement as well as the show at Monterey last night.
Oh, did you attend the show?
Night.
Yeah,
Yes,
how was it?
It's quite good.
That's good.
New band, new same name, Heaven Sydney,
Yeah.
but a few new additions.
Oh, that's good.
So our good friend Priya Das performed there. Dinesh, Bobby. Good show.
Turnout was good.
Good. Congratulations to the organizers and all the performers and Suki and his team, musicians. Noji?
मेरा वक्त भी बहुत व्यस्त था, guys. As you know, I'm launching my zura.com.au next week. So उसमें बहुत व्यस्त था।
Well, someone's actually inputted in the chat room saying there's another type of friend. 4th type of friend is friends with benefits.
हाँ, वही बोलते हैं ना कि मतलब वाला friend। Friend,
मतलबी
मतलबी friend. So, yeah.
So क्या समाचार है दुनिया में, क्या हो रहा है, what's happening around the globe? You're looking very nice and elegant. काफी महंगा है ये वाला ना?
Thank you. I got a gift from India. हमारे समधी जी ने मुझे दिया, मौका नहीं मिला पहनने के लिए. It's been too hot. अभी weather थोड़ा cool हुआ है ना.
समझी जी thank you. अब डॉक्टर जी के समझी जी thank you. डॉक्टर को देने के लिए. But by the way, फीची में करें लोग, people में things like this.
Oh,
Yes, it's weddings में.
yes.
Weddings. It's becoming a
It is
thing.
very up to date with poshak, ladies and
I've
gentlemen.
always got this visionary mind कि जब ये लोग पहनते हैं, climate in Fiji is quite hot, and I think they should design something which keeps you cool inside, ना, in the sense कि कोई बटन वगैरह हो, बैटरी वाला ऑपरेटर,
हवा, हाँ.
नहीं बैटरी वाला ऑपरेटर ना, पतला वाला कोई सील,
Oh, it's just the fabric as well. You could get some
कोई
fabric.
करंट वो
अभी बन रहा है डिजाइनर ना, नौजी जी डिजाइन करेंगे कि क्या होता है, वो
Oh,
सूट बनाएंगे
we do
उसमें.
design things which actually can keep the heat or
Heat away.
actually keep the ventilation as well, which is important.
things like that looks nice from outside, but अंदर जो काम करती, actually good, maybe you can reduce a bit of a weight as well for
Yes,
people, ना.
it's working. I can see that. और फिजी में क्या है, air con is actually very important because वहाँ humidity ज़्यादा है और सांझ में वो मंद हवा चलती है, and it's quite cool in the evenings generally in Fiji. और यहाँ पे तो अभी तक we're still getting crazy weather.
It is a crazy weather. And
It was really hot this morning. I think it was 24 degrees now. The
Mid-20s,
temperature, yeah.
yes.
It's dropping again.
Predicting 26 max today.
Raj, still is it quite cold according to quite warm according to the other
Yeah, true.
round.
Suva is usually 28, but humid. Equivalent
कोई
of 75.
समाचार what's happening around the world, in the globe, any news around the globe, anything happening that keep it, जो लोग शायद मेरी तरह होंगे मिस कर चुके हैं.
There's mostly bad news. Our well-known Australian icon
Achha, yeah.
Richie Benaud, he
I
passed away.
actually saw him last year. I met him. Well, I met him a few years
Yes.
along. He comes to my center, and I met him. I met him.
Very famous.
Unfortunately, we lost him.
He had skin cancer,
Yes,
so he
yes.
succumbed. 84 years of age. काफी बुजुर्ग थे, but he was the voice of cricket. कभी भी international match, he was always in the commentary box. Richie Benaud, people in England, India, Pakistan, they have all given their
He had a
condolences.
very unique style. Na?
Oh, yes.
So the Lord God.
I think he'll be greatly missed.
Greatly missed.
Uska-
Plus, he was a captain and he was also
Yeah.
a very good bowler and batter.
Yeah, they wanted to do a state funeral for him, but I think the family
Declined?
didn't decline.
Mr. Abbott offered a state funeral for
No, he was very long. That's why in the last couple of series he was missing because of his health,
Sure.
and every time all the commentators they actually basically remembered him while they were actually commentating, because it was like the summer of cricket this year. I mean, he was missing for the first time.
His
and as you
voice
could say-
missing. So our condolences from FITV to all cricket fans and the family.
देखा जाए तो I mean we've lost two great people in a very short time. I mean Tony Greig actually lost him as well.
Yes.
One of the good
Tony Greig.
Tony Greig, yeah. I mean he was one of the commentators for Channel 9 and cricket. He played actually for England, and then he migrated to Australia, and then
Looks like it's a cricket year this year.
and then now we lost Richie Benaud. I mean he was 84. I mean turning into 85. So yeah, we lost him.
Yeah,
as well.
Richie was an icon. I
Yeah,
think
he was.
He was huge.
For those who are cricket fans that know him around the globe, you can Google up to Telegraph, Mirror, whatever the local यहाँ के papers है, वहाँ से आप जानकारी ले सकते हैं to see what Richie Benaud looked like. Some people must be wondering कि how this person looks like globally, because he's Australian. So guys, welcome on the chat room. आप सबको हम welcome करते हैं, and hopefully you can give us some more interesting events and information on today. And let's introduce the topic. And today's topic is friendship, and again we'll go to the Patani side की set के क्या बोलते हैं इसको, पठानी सूट,
नहीं इसको बोलते हैं क्या,
सलवार कमीज,
नहीं सलवार कमीज नहीं, इसको क्या बोलते हैं डॉग,
पठानी,
Sherwani.
Sherwani.
Is anybody watching this? Have a look at and see what Doc is wearing, and tell कि Doc close up look हम दिख रहा स्क्रीन में, and if इसके क्या कहते हैं, शेरवानी कहते हैं कि क्या कहते हैं, totally off balance है आज तुम दोनों. कहने पर तुम्हारा लगे फोन नंबर आ रहा नोई जी की, टेक्स्ट करते थे कि नोई जी हम शेरवानी पहन के आता है.
Sherwani पहन के आता है. I have few Sherwanis at home.
वो शेरवानी नहीं और कोई वानी पहन के आता.
टाइगर वानी
सुंदर लगती है आप देखने में यार.
बहुत खूब. अच्छा, फ्रेंडशिप.
Yeah, friendship.
Go Doc, round the globe for you.
I'll start. फ्रेंडशिप यानी कि दोस्ती है. मुझको ये गाना याद आ गया जो शायद हम बाद में करेंगे, which is ये दोस्ती हम नहीं तोड़ेंगे. मेरे ख्याल से मेरा एक्सपीरियंस में दोस्ती के संग संग हर वक्त दुश्मनी जुड़ी रहती है।
ऐसा क्यों?
क्योंकि हम कभी कभी देखते हैं कि जो सच्चा दोस्त होते हैं, रियली ट्रू फ्रेंड्स, वी गेट डिसअपॉइंटेड। एंड किस लिए वो दोस्ती करते हैं आपने मेंशन ही कर दिया है, सिट ऑन द फेंस, वो कुछ फायदे के लिए। तो मेरे ख्याल से कभी कभी हमारे जो सबसे क्लोज फ्रेंड्स होते हैं, दोस्त होते हैं, किसी कारणवश कभी कभी हम समझ भी नहीं पाते हैं, वो घूम जाते हैं ना, and we end up that they break the friendship without explanation or without knowing। और इसमें वो तीसरा फ्रेंडशिप आ जाता है जो फ्रेंड्स पे बैठते हैं, जो कि इधर के बात उधर करते हैं ना। सो समटाइम्स वी हैव टू बी, कभी कभी बहुत ही केयरफुल रहता है कि when do we become, is this person an acquaintance? जैसे कि एक परिवार वाला और एक बिजनेस एसोसिएट और पेशेंट्स वो फ्रेंड्स नहीं होते हैं। They can be, पर जो परिवार होते हैं, they're not friends। एक काउंसलर का जो क्लाइंट्स होते हैं,
परिवार के एनिमीज होते हैं ना,
वो फ्रेंड्स नहीं होते, they're clients, so we have to keep the distance ना। and then जैसे हमारे काम में, हेल्थ प्रोफेशन में है, all our patients are coming, some of them become friends, but most of them we have to keep a professional distance। they are our clients। बिकॉज में एथिकल रीजंस आ जाते हैं और एडवांटेज आ जाता है। एंड स्पेशली जो लॉयर्स होते हैं ना, एक चीज़ बोलते हैं उसमें, क्या बोलते हैं उसको, लॉयर क्लाइंट कॉन्फिडेंशियलिटी प्रिविलेज बोलते हैं। वो जो इंफॉर्मेशन है वो बहुत ही गुप्त है, ओनली द लॉयर।
बहुत ही उम्दा इंफॉर्मेशन।
यस,
उम्दा
प्राइवेट ना। हाँ, सो अटर्नी clients, thank you for that.
Nearly fell off his chair.
So हम जब ये दोस्ती देखते हैं, you have to be very careful. Clients can be very good friends of lawyers too, but your confidentiality remains very tight. तो इस फ्रेंडशिप में ये सब आ जाता है। If you're discussing with a friend, should they be going and telling the third and fourth people, जनता बोले इसके बोले कर्जा लिसा, इसके बिजनेस बोले बैंकरप्ट हो गए, दुनिया भर के जाए बता दे। So these are some of the issues we have to, we trust a person। So मेरे ख्याल से तीन चीज बहुत important है friendship।
Let's introduce the friendship.
Trust,
okay? Basically what we're trying
what is friendship?
Introduction. What is friendship according to you? So then we go around the forum by saying कि
friendship
break into
is
pieces.
someone you can ring anytime in the morning or night, 24/7।
Yes, quickly, let's go.
And they will say, okay, you're a friend, they won't become angry, you can trust them, and they'll be honest। Trust बहुत important है, honesty बहुत important है, और confidentiality के जो आप, वो तीन चीज बहुत important है। Trust, person has to trust, और उसको जो बात करते हैं they should keep it in confidence, right? और honest होना चाहिए। Honesty बहुत important है friendship में।
And जी ये कौन?
मेरे लिए फ्रेंडशिप, व्यूअर्स को बताना चाहेंगे, फ्रेंडशिप वो है इसे जिसमें कोई कंडीशन नहीं होती है। आपका अच्छा दिन होता है या बुरा दिन होता है, वो जो true friends हैं, they will always hang out with you,
unconditional friendship,
they will always be with you। और it depends, friendship is a very broad topic ना। ऐसे friendship के
हमेशा हम broad topic ही choose करते हैं। 2 घंटे के
जैसे if I have to define friendship, वैसे three type का जो friendship होता है, it's just not with people। friendship can be with people, it can be with a place, and it can be with a thing as well। so environment से friendship होता है, किसी चीज़ से फ्रेंडशिप होता है, किसी व्यक्ति से फ्रेंडशिप होता है। सो फ्रेंडशिप ऑल्सो कैन बी डिफाइंड इन 3 other ways, एंड आई विल टॉक अबाउट दिस लेटर ऑन एज वेल। लेकिन अगर इंसान का फ्रेंडशिप देखा जाए तो ट्रू फ्रेंड इज वन हु विल ऑलवेज हैंग विद यू नो मैटर व्हाट, ही विल नेवर कट यू डाउन। सो लिटिल इंट्रोडक्शन अबाउट फ्रेंडशिप।
Yeah, बिल्कुल देखा जाए, I mean you can say basically, Noji ji, what we can say is a friend is someone that you need by your side when there is issues, like say problems hota na, you need someone on your side। नहीं कि I mean he's good, he's a friend on your good terms and not when it's in bad times। so जैसे कहते हैं ना, a friend is a mate in need basically।
a friend in need is a friend indeed,
and indeed is
is that how it goes?
Yeah.
Friend in need is
सही,
बिल्कुल। and that's what it is। I mean he's there for you in your bad times basically, not only good times, but a friend is a friend that is there for you। I mean good times में तो you get friends all the time, but a friend is a friend that he's there with you in your bad times।
a person who you can fully rely on, a person who is there to support you, a person who can openly actually discuss your emotions, your feelings, your thoughts, your problems, your good times, your bad times।
Well, it is quite interesting because the topic that I've actually chosen today is quite vast. But I think personally, ki friendship, the way it used to be in years ago during our times, it actually has changed a lot. And we'll discuss a little bit and we'll touch a little bit on this, to how the friendship has changed to the yesteryears or 20 years ago, perhaps 10, 15 years ago, basically about 20 years ago, to currently what is happening in friends and how they are keeping with each other. And I think you can see a lot of actions happening amongst a lot of friends and families. कि दोस्त क्या है, शब्द क्या है, उसका सही उत्तर क्या है. We'll discuss a little bit on that. We'll take a little bit of break. And अगर आप chat room में कुछ input करना चाहते हैं, by the way, someone said you're looking very very nice on that sherwani. आप बिल्कुल.
It is a sherwani.
It is a sherwani. It is called.
और आप share करके हम बात करेंगे आज कहते हैं. तो there is someone sending the bakdi on the way. They're coming. Take a little.
Thank you.
जी हाँ, आज हम बातें कर रहे हैं दोस्त के बारे में, फ्रेंडशिप के बारे में बातें कर रहे हैं. और जो लोग इस प्रसारण को देख रहे हैं, आपको ये बता दें कि जो वीडियोस दैट वाज डिस्प्लेड, यू हैव टू कम लाइव एंड वॉच ऑल दोस थिंग्स बिकॉज दिस इज नॉट ऑन यूट्यूब. सब्सक्राइब बटन इज हियर, प्लीज. आई कैन सी द सब्सक्राइब बटन इज बेसिकली दिस साइड, दिस साइड.
No, the other way.
Right there.
राइट बटन है.
I ran out of room here.
हाँ, शेरवानी ना ज़्यादा जगह ले.
We all in the same room, by the way. People are sometimes asking कि you अपना घर पे हो तो.
This by the way, subscribe कीजिए because we need a subscription.
Yes.
And if you don't subscribe, हम लोगों की subscription बढ़ती नहीं है. To give us an information to close this, this spectrum basically. And आज हम बातें करें, ladies and gentlemen, on about friendship and the little introduction about friends, and it was amazing. Those little skits that you see. Now, one thing I'll ask you, not three things today. One thing I'm going to ask you is the first thing that comes in your mind when you talk about friends or friendship.
A friend is someone you can really trust.
One.
Trust.
Maji?
I think of my past young days.
Yeah.
If I think of friendship.
Okay. What do you think?
Trust. Well, doctor said trust. I say reliability.
Reliability. I would say long-lasting, because it is very important to have a very, very long-lasting friends. Now, again, around the globe, your first day at class 1.
First day class 1, I met a friend. I'm still a friend with him.
Yeah.
He's in the army now. His name is Elaitia. And we shared. I had bindi roti and he had jam and raspberry jam.
Okay.
With a bia smell.
Class 1.
And
Okay.
ever since I like raspberry jam, and we always had roti, and he came, he said
Roti papita.
he wanted roti. So I aadha diya. I remember that day, and he gave me his half sandwich. He was sick of sandwich jam, and I was sick of roti. So that was the first day.
And your first day,
He
Noji?
remains a friend.
मेरा फर्स्ट डे जब वो गीत आपने प्ले किया तो मैं एक दोस्त को याद किया. उसका नाम सुदेश कुमार राम था. अभी भी वैसे ही स्ट्रॉन्ग दोस्त है. और क्लास 1 से मैंने उसके साथ फॉर्म 6 ले पढ़ा और एक साथ हम बैठते थे. और वी हैड वेरी गुड फ्रेंडशिप, बट हम लड़ते भी थे इन फ्रेंडशिप. घुसा मुक्का चलता था, लेकिन वी आर ऑलवेज वेरी क्लोज. आज भी उतने क्लोज है. अगर सुदेश प्रोग्राम को सुन रहे हैं तो हम आई वांट टू थैंक हिम फॉर बीइंग माय फ्रेंड फॉर सो लॉन्ग.
Okay. And your first day at class 1?
My first day, I mean, really, the first day I didn't make any friends. Because
You didn't even know कि class 1 था.
Too shy.
Because there's so many new faces, right? So you don't know who actually
You
is.
crying
you.
the first day.
Obviously. I think most people, most kids in here. I mean, I did. But the good thing was that I had a couple of families in the same school, right?
खड़ा रहे fence के पीछे.
I mean, they were like close family associates in there, so they actually. And until such time, I mean, in say a week or two, then we started making friends with people, because it's a new environment, because you get used to your family, close family, na, jab school jaate hain. Then you go into your own with new faces. Then it was hard just in the first couple of days, but after that, yeah. But I still remember my first friend, and I was still friends with him at the moment, and we occasionally do catch up. Yeah. And
Well, my first day at class 1 was quite extraordinary. It was quite an interesting experience. By the way, those who don't know, I went to a Nestle infant school, which is in Turek. In Turek, there's a school over there, and I still remember visually what the head teacher looks like. and I don't know if she's alive or not. But my first day was quite amazing because I went in and I saw all these people lined up in the assembly ground, and छोटे छोटे बैग लेके हम वहाँ पे खड़े गए, and then हम लोगों को बताया गया कि ये नाम रोल कॉल किया कि you have to go here, यहाँ तुम लोगों को जाना पड़ेगा. तो हम लोग निकल गए अपने अपने छोटे छोटे रूम में. So we went to the first class 1, and there was this guy whose name was Moses, incidentally. I mean, I don't know, because I haven't seen Moses since that day, and I don't know what he looks like now.
Moses se?
Moses. No, he was
Moses.
Okay.
He was actually a Christian Indian, I think. But I still don't know where he is today. I mean, he probably doesn't know who I look like, and I don't know what he looks like. Now, first day we sat, and the teacher was, started, हम लोग तो, wanted to play, we wanted to sleep. Two things we wanted to do. So the first thing was we wanted to play because it was exciting. But Moses was quite happy on that first day, but incidentally, Moses did the number 2.
डर के मारे.
So I thought maybe he was panicking. He did number 2. और bench था ना, उस वक्त bench था. We used to sit in a bench. ऐसे साथ में. And he was my buddy. तो पहला इंसान, I met Moses. He was sitting beside me. And Moses did number 2. And I tell you what, it stunk like hell. इतना ज़्यादा. Teacher eventually smelled it, and I said, oh no, अब क्या करें? I said, myself and you, between us, अब हम मैं देखता अगल बगल से हम में ताकि ऐसे करे मुंह दबाए ना, people छोटे छोटे बच्चे होते they start teasing you. Double feel हुए ना हमें, मुश्किल से we came aside, the teacher said you two out, बाहर आओ. तो मोजेस के लिए पीछे देखा ब्राउन छोटा पेंस रहता है, पीछे देखता पूरा काकी पेंस बेचारा के ना. अब मोजेस के ना तो टेप पानी पीने के लिए जगह होता है, तो वहाँ पर लेके जाए उनको लेके गया. टीचर से कैन यू गो एंड हेल्प, जाओ उसकी हेल्प करो बोले ना. हम कौन सी उसके तो पेरेंट्स भी नहीं है ना बेचारा के. तो आई वेंट फर्स्ट टू द टॉयलेट
आपके ऊपर थोप दिया.
हाँ, बिकॉज आई वाज सिटिंग एट द सेम बेंच. तो ले गया बेचारा वहाँ गए, फिर सफा टॉयलेट में सफा करके, एंड देन वहाँ दैट इज ऑल आई रिमेंबर ऑफ दैट टाइम.
तो पर ट्रॉमेटिक एक्सपीरियंस.
ट्रॉमेटिक एक्सपीरियंस, आई डोंट नो.
फर्स्ट डे
उसके बाद में फिर मोजेस को
I can't remember. I don't have that vision. I've actually lost track to it. I always try to remember कि कि उसके बाद क्या हुआ. What was
आपको 10 commandments सिखाया नहीं.
But
on the chat room
क्या हुआ
10 commandments.
वही Moses के फूल को.
By the way, I don't know.
So don't you remember Moses in class 2, class 3?
I don't remember. Seriously, I don't remember. I don't know what happened.
Maybe they moved the class.
Maybe he moved moved the class or moved to a different school. I don't know. Maybe he was very depressed because I don't know कि किस तरह से family से आया वो.
It's
Maybe moved school. That happens to
probably he did, because if you can't remember, like for me, अगर मैं primary school में, I do vividly remember everything from class 1 I think to my high school. I can remember a lot of things.
I started remembering after class 4 and then 5 and then onwards I started
That's
remembering
imprinted, no?
Yeah. So that was a bit of a bad experience, but I haven't seen Moses since then. So Moses, whoever's watching may know, he may actually know, hey, I was the person. But
try Facebook maybe.
I know. I mean,
But he doesn't.
Is Moses.
Moses.
In class 1 में कहाँ जनता उसका surname बच्ची. I don't know.
There are so many Moses out there.
Yeah, of course. And then I haven't seen him since then. Since that day, I didn't see him. So I don't know what happened with
Let's make a mission to find him.
Mission Moses.
So that was my experience in class.
This is very interesting, Paramji, because हमारे क्लास में भी एक दो बच्चे थे, mostly boys. And they used to do number 1. I think it's to do with the psychological development and fear and stress, because some of them were young, हम तो 6 and a bit में शुरू करते थे. Some of them are a bit young, 5 and a half, and maybe they're not toilet trained and all that. There are some kids थोड़ा slow होते हैं ना. So when they go to school and parents नहीं होते, so in those days it was difficult. They used to do पेशाब कर देते थे कभी-कभी. स्ट्रेस, और कभी कभी डरते थे ना, टीचर से बताते नहीं थे, बिकॉज़ टीचर डांटते थे, वो रोक के रखते थे until right at the end.
Yes.
So you only used to get 2 breaks, no? One was recess and one was lunch.
You can't go in the middle.
You can't go in the middle, so you had to go in this
factors came in.
But जैसे फ्रेंडशिप की बात हम करते हैं, जब हम बच्चे होते हैं, when we are born, तो हमारा जो फ्रेंडशिप होता है हमारे मादा के साथ होता है, माँ के साथ उसके गोदी में, फिर पिताजी बाप हमारा वो हाथ लेकर हम चले हैं, बड़े हुए हैं, they are our friends. फिर सिबलिंग्स होते हैं. But as soon as we start going to school, वहाँ से फिर हम नया फ्रेंड्स बनाते हैं, तो वो जो एक घर के जो फ्रेंड्स है वो दूर होने लगते हैं हमसे, बिकॉज वी डोंट हैव मच टाइम, वी डोंट एक्चुअली स्पेंड मच टाइम. तो क्या होता है विद ट्रांजिशन विद टाइम, इट्स लाइक सीजन वेयर फ्रेंडशिप स्टार्ट्स टू चेंज, एंड दैट्स हाउ इट चेंजेस. बिकॉज अब जो बच्चों के साथ में हमने प्राइमरी स्कूल पढ़ा है वो शायद सेकेंडरी स्कूल दूसरा जगह गया है.
You become two friends, दो तरह के फ्रेंड्स हो जाते हैं ना. One you've got your afternoon school after class, and गांव का फ्रेंड, और दूसरा आपका outside friend.
Yeah. So with time and when you change school, then you make new friends. So life is like it's seasonal change friends. You don't you are not always with the same friends. You always make new friends.
Do you think, guys, that our friends that are at school are the ones we remember the most, or the गांव का friend?
I think to me the school वाले, because high school के friend अभी तक हमारे जो सोका खेलते थे
associate with the high school friends, ना?
likeness था, same jokes, sort of same kind of खाना खाते थे, सोका वगैरह खेलते थे. हमारा एक बहुत अच्छा दोस्त था, वो गुजर गया, अविनेश करके. I can say he was more than just a friend. It's like a brother. And he shared everything. कुछ प्रॉब्लम होता था, used to come and whinge and say कि टीचर मुझको ऐसे बुली कर दिया होते. और हम काउंसलिंग भी करते थे कभी कभी, in form 5 form 6 indirectly ना, कि don't worry. तो I think that for me जो स्कूल वाले फ्रेंड है, I think I have closer bond with them because of the time we spent with them. और काफ़ी चीज़, sports, homework, detention, लगता भी था संगे भी कोई शेयर किसके जोर से मारी कैसे लगाना, कौन टीचर अच्छा रहा खराब रहा. So personally, my bonding and friendship is closer with my high school than most of the गांव का friend.
Because I still see people now with this Facebook which has come into action. बहुत सारे लोग join करने लगे, and sometimes I see someone adding me as a friend. And I said, are you this person that I know? I went to school, and they'll say no. Then कभी-कभी मैं देखता हूँ, यार कैसे लगे देखे भी लोग यार. But I mean, honestly speaking, some have changed, some have put on over weight. I used to very gracefully, hopefully, but.
So मेरा एक दोस्त था, वो जैसे दो का आपने बोला स्कूल का, ये मेरा गांव का फ्रेंड था. वी वर गोइंग टू डिफरेंट स्कूल बट सेम एज. तो हम गांव में बहुत समय बिताए हैं, साथ में सोका खेले हैं, एक प्लेट में खाए हैं, साथ में सोते हैं, साथ में पढ़े हुए हैं. तो रात को जब हम बैठते हैं बूतों के पेड़ के नीचे, दिस इज लाइक 1 o'clock in the morning, इट्स इन द डार्क ना, तो हम बैठ कर अपना जो इमोशंस है उसको शेयर करते, बात करते हैं, किसी के बारे में बात करते हैं. और कभी कभी हम गाना गाते. ही वॉज अ गुड तबला प्लेयर और आई यूज्ड टू सिंग लिटिल बिट. तो हम बैठ कर ये सब करते थे ना. एंड आई एक्चुअली मिस दोस टाइम. ही इज अ स्कूल टीचर इन फिजी. ही इज आल्सो अ सॉकर कोच. Yeah, now and then, yeah, I do. But अभी हाल ही तो नहीं मिला हूँ. He's coaching Nanronga soccer team. He's just resigned actually. He coached Nanronga team for 4-5 years. Okay. He's in secondary school teacher. और I always miss him. ये सब हम गांव में करते थे. We used to go up play soccer, and we used to go to swim in the river, in the creeks, in the floods. हम गन्ना साथ में काटे हुए हैं. all the things that we did in the village.
Well, just a quick one. वो नानरो टीम को stallions बोलते हैं ना?
Stallions.
क्यों है? Because stallions तो
I think the horse because of the
जंगली घोड़े हैं वहाँ पर.
Yeah, because
नानरोंगा
नहीं क्या नाम रखा गया ना.
What happens is Nanronga is a lot of stable. They used to train lot of horse races there.
Okay.
तो देखा जाए when you travel between Galwa and Singatoka, there's a lot of horses.
काफी wild horses भी है. और वहाँ warning sign भी लगा है, watch out for stray horses. ठीक है.
And Raymond Surad used to say Nanroha.
हाँ नहीं है ले, हाँ वो तो Singatoka dialect.
Interestingly, I have actually I have lost track of some of my friends from year 6, year 7, year 8. After year 8, I went to another school.
Yes.
Deadly, then we moved our houses, so I had to go closer to the house because bus fares needed to be cheap. So I moved school, and I went to Bahani Dayal after being in Dudley.
Which is at 10 miles?
Yes, 9 miles.
9 miles.
So I lost track of all those guys that was in year 6, and today I have no recollection of where that person is, or the crush I had on the girl at year 6. I don't know where she is, and all the वैसे कैसे करता? It's a fact, I'm saying. You know, what is there to hide?
It's acknowledging कि
You know,
He had a
common-
crush.
he's a
Common-
member, he's a
commonality.
friend. Because you have this little, you know, likeness.
When
to
you
people.
had a crush,
Yeah.
you were not friends, right? You just had a
No,
crush.
खाली से दूर दूर देखो. No, you admire people. You admire.
वो होता है हमारे साथ भी हुआ तो
As I'm sure you
it's
all
a
of you
normal
have done.
it's a normal post puberty
Yes,
emotional
emotional.
attraction.
Yeah, and I have lost track of all those people, you know, that I have met. Some year 8 I have actually kept in touch with, see, but towards the higher school, which is Form 3, Form 4, Form 5, I still see them. I still go back and see. One of my best mates is in New Zealand, and we used to dress the same. We used to similarly look both skinny, and we used to dress like
Ekke taila?
ekke rakam,
Pajama siya?
कपड़ा एके रकम, जूता एके रकम, और स्कूल के बैग एके रकम.
Same.
So we used to, you know, do things together. And every time I go, he says, यार तुम साल में एक दफे आता है, चुप्पे से आता है, but तुम कभी फोन भी नहीं करता है. So I don't ring him much. I just end up bang on the door. So he always says to his wife, एक ही आदमी हम आ सके टच रखे, he just without warning आ जावे. So we're still very good friends still there.
That's good. That's good.
He's in New
That's
Zealand.
spent 40 years
KK.
plus.
His name is Henry Kishore Kumar. We used to call him Kishore Kumar.
He used to play
Good
guitarist,
yeah,
no?
yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, good.
So he's my good buddy. He's another one. This is Ramesh actually went with us as well in high school. There's Ravin Nair as well. Ramesh actually used to be a very smart person. Accounting में बहुत चरफर रहा. So we used to grab his books and balance sheet करते ना. We used to grab it.
Balance.
Rakesh के रख से.
Balance sheet.
Yeah. So we used to balance, you know, all those things. So राकेश के रख से grab को. राकेश कराएगा हम लोग तो हम लोग करेंगे नहीं.
फ्रेंडशिप में एक चीज़ अगर हम देखें हैं, जब हम किसी को फ्रेंड अब बनाते हैं, there is a lot of reasons why someone becomes our friend. उसमें जो वाइब्रेशन है, एनर्जी वाइब्रेशन जो है, जैसे इट्स लाइक अ वाईफाई, हम देखते नहीं हैं, लेकिन there is something common, that's why we make or we get close to certain people. और अगर वो नहीं मैच करेगा, that energy doesn't match, we wouldn't be friends. So usually हम देखते हैं जो फ्रेंड्स होते हैं, हम एक तरह की चीज़ का, जैसे आपने कहा एक तरह की बैग, एक तरह की ये तरह, ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. बिकॉज अगर आप सोका में इंटरेस्टेड हो, फॉर एग्जांपल इन स्कूल, और आपका फ्रेंड सोका नहीं खेलता, वेरी रेयर चांस दैट यू विल एक्चुअली कोलाइड एंड बी टुगेदर.
Very good point.
You know, people will associate and flock with those people,
Like people.
with people who do the same thing in life. और फिर उसके साथ में एक ऐसा रिश्ता बन जाता है that you try to help each other, we bond together, we share the same common things. और वो रिश्ता फिर strong कायम होने लगता है, and it goes stronger in life. So it also sometimes depends on, you know,
I agree. पूरा
the
सहमत
things
है.
that you do.
मान
and-
लो अगर for quick one, people जो नगोना पीते हैं या and some people don't drink नगोना ना, तो I feel out of place in that sort of environment because I'm not really a nagona payer.
So do you guys catch up with your friends, like your school buddies,
Yes.
once a year?
Yes, but not physically na. Some are in New Zealand, America, Canada.
So you don't make a point of catching at least once a year?
I think we should do a reunion. Some people do. Dudley has a reunion here in Sydney, I think.
We have our reunion.
Your school is,
our Fiji School of Medicine. We
Yeah.
have our reunion.
And Dudley High has a very good one. Marist has a reunion, but they haven't had one for 2 years for political reasons. But this is a school one, not friend. I think it's a good point that people should organize. We'll get on to that.
There's a lot of work involved with the reunion,
It's a lot of
organizing,
course,
because then
I used to sit with this guy in from 5. His name was Nator Lal.
Naturally.
So we used to call him Natte. Natte. Now he's actually in British Columbia, and this last year he's actually found me. And I looked at him. He's aged quite a lot, you know. So and he said, "Hey, you he was my partner, but we just sat together on the same desk, but we never were good friends for that matter. In the same classroom, but not the best friends were always sitting here and there, sharati karte rehte the. But it's a wonderful experience in our life that we are going to die with it, and jahan par bhi enjoying it, we'll remember, we'll have memories. And the reason I brought this topic is because a lot of friends have changed these days. I don't know if you guys probably noticed.
Yes.
You're making new friends. You go to overseas, you meet new people, and immediately you think, "Oh, okay, is he my friend or is he not my friend?" It's a broad subject at the moment, but I think
What you said is
the world
very
has
broad.
changed. The world has changed. You know,
It is
that's the
changing.
sad part.
Yeah.
And that's why I wanted to remind people, and so that they can go back to the memory lane and remember those thoughts and things. Now let's go on and see what we can remember, the good things and the bad things that has happened actually. क्या आपकी गर्लफ्रेंड की कोई चुरा ली से, for example, you know, some आपकी buddy, good friend has actually taken off with a girlfriend and you became enemies. I don't know. Go around the table and let's share a thought.
मेरा lately experience entertainment field में हुआ है since I joined 15-16 years ago कि ये field में friendship बहुत ही fickle होता है, very short term का रहता है. There's a lot of competition, jealousy, चढ़ा ऊपरी होता है कि this person is better than me, blah blah. So I'm very interested in sociology and human psychology and behavior. So मेरे लिए बहुत vertical learning curve था, steep भी नहीं था. कि show business में since I joined, I found out the real filter for friendship. जो छलनी में छोड़ते हैं कितना रुकता कितना थ्रू हो जाते हैं.
अच्छा.
You know, so it's a good filter, it's a good experience, and I've made so many friends, and I've had so many friends who have unfriended because of some reason which I don't understand. So मेरा main concern आजकल रहता है, as soon as we talk about friendship, to my mind comes to people who were ex-friends immediately.
True.
And then I wonder कि you know why, or समझ में नहीं आता कभी ना, and they never tell you sometimes. So that's the worst thing ना. So that is something which comes with aging and experience. Or second thing actually, if I may just cross the subject, आप बोला environment से friendship, कभी लोगों को friendship एक जानवर से इंसान से ज़्यादा होती है. जिसे बोलते हैं dog is a man's best friend. So as we grow older, मेरा ख्वाहिश है जब मैं 80 इयर्स को हो जाऊंगा, हिप हो जाएगा, तो एक छोटा ला कुत्ता रखूंगा, दोस्त रहेगा
तो
मेरा.
पहले यही प्लेसमेंट रहा, वहाँ चला गया.
So you know you need to have a friend, and some people need plants, birds, चिड़िया. In our age group, our friendship.
क्यों? Why do they need?
For companionship.
Companionship यानी कि वो they are अकेले ना.
हाँ, their loneliness will be gone ना. तो हमारा loneliness जो human चीज है, हम तो कभी रात के रिंग कर देता, घुमा देता है. बढ़िया बोले कि किससे बात करता, तो you know you feel like discussing something. It might be 11 o'clock, and I think कि हम जगह है तो ये भी जगह हुई साइड.
कुत्ता की की तरह.
नहीं, उसके मोबाइल फ्लैट वगैरह कुत्ता के. You know, I do that sometimes, especially weekends, and that's a true friend. And if they all right is set, they don't judgmental or something. नहीं बोले रे सुता रहा हो, कहाँ जगह दिया, इतना बजे रात की रिंग कर दिया तुम. They might say it in a joke, but these are the people that you can actually ring. It might happen twice a year, but something might irk me and बोला चलो. Oh, I'll just first check, text करेगा.
और आजकल अब उसी में होते हैं free calls we have on the phone anyway, so you know that's most important, because when you have free calls you should utilize it, otherwise it will go back. You paying $50, $60, $30 जो भी आप pay करते हैं, so make use of that. You know, give a call and say hey look, you know, hey it's me. You know, या तो Facebook में नंबर अगर है तो text कर दीजिए, you know. And I think these things are not happening these days.
जैसे डॉक ने फरमाया है कि you know how you know your learning curve was very steep. वैसे मेरा भी like 8 years back I have cut down my swing with a lot of people, and the only reason was because I wanted to do something in my life for myself, and I think the things that were holding me, जो मुझे रोक रहा था, it was certain environments, certain things, people. Certain people, because at that time I was going through you know learning a lot of things about life with mentors and everything. मेरा mentor एक था, उसने बताया है the definition of a friend, and that definition was friends are those people or a place or a thing that actually drives you towards your destination. तो जिंदगी में क्या होता है, बहुत लोग आपके रोक के रखते हैं. They are not your enemies in that sense, but क्या होता है वो आपके जिंदगी में रोक लगा लेते हैं. क्या होता है कि अगर आप कुछ करना चाहते हो तो बोलते हैं कि अरे वहाँ कहाँ जाते हो, हमारा दोस्ती छूट जाएगा. So these people are holding you back. You never allow people to hold you back. और जो एक आपका ट्रू फ्रेंड रहेगा वो बोलेगा परम जी आप कहाँ जा रहे हैं, रेडियो अफसाना छोड़कर आप कहाँ जा रहे हैं, आपको कोई भारी, we should be happy for you, we should be with you.
Go enjoy.
Because that is where your dreams are, and if I as a friend don't help you to reach where you are, then what kind of friend I am?
Because I think we are selfish, no?
Very selfish.
As a human being we are selfish.
So what I did, I actually cut down a lot of people from my life. I had it's called a season of separation. You don't cut them forever, but you have this season where you separate yourself. जैसे हम देखते हैं बहुत लोग Facebook में रहते हैं, chat पर रहते हैं, they are cyber friends. They are there for their own benefit. They waste your time, you waste your time. You get alone and do something better which you have to do in a certain time. So this is the thing about friendship. ऐसे नहीं कि friendship ऐसे नहीं बैठ के बस you know
about the media, I mean social media.
ऐसे बैठ के, it is very important कि क्या आप अपने जिंदगी में टाइम से करें, who is actually helping, who is driving. But are you driving other people as well? That is important. ऐसे नहीं कि friend है तुम्हें drive कर रहा है and you are benefiting from it but you're not driving that person. So ज़रूरी है कि अगर मैं किसी को ड्राइव करता हूँ वो हमें ड्राइव करता है, दैट फ्रेंडशिप इज वेरी स्ट्रॉन्ग बिकॉज जब आपका बुरा दिन आएगा
लंबा ड्राइव पे जाएगा शेयर करके ड्राइव करो ना
ऑफ कोर्स बिकॉज क्या होता है कि बहुत लोग ऐसे होते हैं दे आर देयर फॉर योर देयर ओन बेनिफिट और क्या होता है कि अगर जैसे वो बेनिफिट खलास हो जाता है जैसे फ्रेंड्स ऑफ बेनिफिट्स का दे आर गोन सो हु डू यू ट्रस्ट
मुझे फ्रेंड कट हो जाना फ्रेंड कट
सो that is what I'm saying about.
Can I just quickly come in? Sure. Psychology में एक psychologist था जो हम behavioral science और education में use करते हैं, Maslow ना उसका hierarchy of needs था और उसका जो top triangle के ऊपर वाला part उसको बोलते हैं level of self actualization. बहुत से नाम से ना वो तुम्हारा जो ख्वाहिश है जो तुम्हारा जो एम है तो कभी कभी फ्रेंड्स मिलते हैं बोले कौन सी करता है तुम बेकार काम सब है वही
गाना बजाना करता है
व्हाटएवर इट इज आर्चरी स्विमिंग बोले हम मांगता है माउंट कोरोमाबा क्लाइंब करे या एवरेस्ट बोले कहाँ जाइए मर जाइए सो आई मीन दीज आर द फ्रेंड्स यू हैव टू बी केयरफुल अबाउट बिकॉज दे आर नॉट सिटिंग डाउन एंड सेइंग अच्छा यू वांट टू डू दिस ओके हाउ कैन आई हेल्प यू चलिए हम थोड़ा माउंटेन क्लाइंबिंग करी जाओ और समथिंग हां आई विल सपोर्ट यू सो एज सून एज दीस पीपल कम व्हेन आई वाज यंगर आई डिडंट थिंक अबाउट इट ना but now I'm saying that people outright तुम्हारा idea के काट दे बोले तुम waiting and you have a ख्वाहिश you have that aim you have a self actualization and वो जगह पे हमारा detachment आ जाता है with the friends how much do you attach with this person
sure
just little add on to that
very important okay I think that season of your separation is very important कभी कभी हमें वो वक्त नहीं मिलता है because other people are holding us back you need to take your time and separate yourself ऐसे नहीं कि सब नाता तोड़ दो लेकिन उतने नाता रखो जितना होना चाहिए उसी तरह से यू कैन प्रोग्रेस से मैं अभी लोगों से मैं जो पास्ट हमारे जो फ्रेंड्स थे लाइक 20 years बैक अभी मैं उनसे मिलता हूँ तो वो कभी कभी सोचते हैं कि आई हैव द सेम माइंडसेट मैं वही हूँ बट आई हैव चेंज्ड ना
we grow out of sight out of mind
we grow
I have grown I have evolved and I am trying to help other people evolve as well with me rather than just being the same old person so कभी कभी लोग मिलते हैं बोलते हैं ये चेंज हो गया यार ये बात नहीं करता है I don't talk much I only talk when I have to talk ना तो I think that thing is very important how you select your friend who you actually have in your group that is very important
sometimes silence is golden कभी कभी नहीं बोलना especially with good friends just listening to them don't make a judgmental comment कभी कभी बोल देते हैं the timing sorry might be wrong or we might knee-jerk होता है ना so sometimes it's good not to say anything because they probably want to test you so you have to get the fact side बोलते हैं both sides of the story जानना चाहिए ना
well see I have a breed of friends you know you have your work friends then you have your after school friends or afternoon friends and then you have your Facebook friends and then घरेलू जिंदगी में जो भी अलग अलग तरह के friends होते हैं सबका अलग अलग part है जैसे कि we meet here on Sunday basis we've got a musical friends and then we've got a Facebook friends which we don't see and chit कर लेते हैं कुछ लोग या तो फिर बाहर overseas में थे but there are some friends you know are like that give a lot
yes
हमेशा देते हैं and they've got so much time for you know so much time no money जो भी है उसके कोई there's no barrier to it and I have seen these are the type of people that are misused in the society and amongst us do you understand what I'm saying
exactly
you know those who are always giving because I saw a post a couple of days ago on Facebook someone posted कि look you know someone is already out there for you always there for you आपके दुख आपके सुख आपके जहाँ पर खुश में वो शामिल रहते हैं
they want to do good
and they always want to do good they want to feed you they want to feed you with good information
psychology में इसका term एक है altruism बोलते हैं altruistic और वो एक चीज़ है जो कि खरीदा नहीं जा सकता है
and they will never say no to you
and you can't it's not genetic you develop that there's a need to help other people कोई भी रकम से खाना में है या you know there's a need to like you've invited us to be on this show or at home तुम्हारे पास gardening है 6 तरह ही गए बोले कि हम 6 कहाँ खाएगा ना दे दो whereas other people won't do that तो वो altruism this God given वो अंदर से ख्वाहिश होता है for your need to want to help and share
can I touch something on that though उसे कहते हैं जिस डॉक ने कहा है इसके कहते हैं कि जैसे saving is always within us. The nature of us is always to serve. जैसे हम एक माता पिता होते हैं, we always serve. When we at work, we serve someone. The Prime Minister serves the country. Everyone in their life is serving someone in some way, and that is our eternal nature, to serve. The more you grow, the more we actually try to bring that out, the more we'll serve people.
Towards the end of this, just remind me to touch this topic into further. The reason I ask you is because there's two things I want to touch. One is serving, one is receiving. So when we talk about friends, you'll always find one is a server, one is a receiver.
It's hard to find a server these days.
This is where the companionship goes. If you notice, amongst your friends, you'll notice one is a server, one is always a receiver. You'll notice amongst friends as well. So let's touch on that a little bit later.
Sure.
But it's
The
very
idea is
important.
to balance that, no?
Has to be a
Come
balance.
to the level.
And then those people are, अरे हाँ तो हमें जब देखो तो gift लाके दे. And some people are very good, gift जब देखो gift. And they like giving. और कुछ लोग ऐसे होते हैं, like, you know, they'll drop a food or something to you. अरे चलो उसके दे दे बेचारा बैठा भूखा. You know, people are thoughtful of the nature, irrespective to money and things. And recently I've been noticing a lot of things happening in my life. वहाँ जा रहे, खाना निकाल दो, पर मैं खाना खा लिया, या खाना drop कर दो something ना. And people feel giving people. So you surround yourself with people that are giving. And similarly, you must do the same, I think. Na?
It's a form of appreciation. अपने पिछले जन्म में कुछ अच्छा किया होगा. No, that's a joke. But I mean, ये जन्म में हम जो करते हैं, that filters into the community, into society, and sometimes we don't understand why people are doing it. But there must be some form of appreciation there, that people are reciprocating. They're saying, well, you know, either you have done it personally to them, to the community, or maybe a charity or something you are doing, and some people do take notice.
It's always good to give, and it's also very important to draw your line, because sometimes, as you said, जब हम देते हैं तो लेने वाला है वो लेते रहेगा. So you need to know where you have to draw your line, कितना हम देते हैं. और sometimes मेरा एक problem था,
अगर आपके nature में नहीं है.
that's what I'm saying, मेरा एक problem था, I couldn't say no to people. But when I learned from my mentor कि you have to actually somewhere draw that line, then I started practicing that.
Do you think it changes your personality?
In a way, I actually felt better when I could actually say no to some people.
Okay.
Because otherwise you are dragged too much in life. You know, you gotta say somewhere, you gotta stop doing something. Because otherwise, then you keep doing it and you're also thinking, why am I doing this all the time? So it actually drains you internally.
You
It
become a
drains you as
slave
well.
to some things too.
And then people take you
Slave
differently
kind of
as
thing.
well.
I felt actually
When you
very
change.
happy when I could actually be open to say yes, no, I can't, please. Because otherwise that person will keep bombarding you, and will take everything out of
सब
you.
रस निकाल लेंगे.
सब रस
Like a
निकालेंगे,
leech, na?
yeah. So I'm not saying it's very important to help. I love helping people, but yes, I know where to draw my line with who.
Where to say and say when to
Yes.
say stop, this is it, no more.
Yes.
We'll take a little short break and we'll गाना बजाते हैं. We'll come back again and we'll pursue our thoughts further. अगर यदि आपके पास कुछ है, ladies and gentlemen, दोस्त साथी जो भी head up to our chat room and see this guy sitting सुक्कू के साथ 11 बैठा है उधर. और साथ में अन्य लोग हैं जो इस प्रोग्राम को देखकर चैट कर रहे हैं.
You know, there's a request for
नोजी के गाने
के लिए. I mean, everybody is actually.
तो जितने भी लोग जुड़ रहे
You said
हैं,
you were
वो-
sitting under the tree, ना गाना गा रहा था. Everybody wants to listen.
It was a ghazal actually.
कोई बात नहीं, कुछ भी. तो
गली
और
में आज चांद निकला.
वो टाइम खालिद हुसैन का गजल बहुत चलता था यार. तो
We'll come back. We'll
Yeah.
take a short break. We will entertain with you
Maybe
today,
guys.
and we've got more to talk about. जी हाँ, बातें कर रहे हैं आज दोस्तों के बारे में. फ्रेंडशिप वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट लेडीज एंड जेंटलमैन, एंड टुडेस टॉपिक इज फ्रेंडशिप. और किस तरह से हम एक दोस्त से मिलते हैं, रिश्ते बनाते हैं, रिश्ते कायम कर सकते हैं. बट टुडे वी आर एक्चुअली टॉकिंग अबाउट दोस ओल्ड डेज एंड मेमोरी लाइन्स. वी टेक यू टू दोस डेज. बट आई हैवंट एक्चुअली मेट एनीबॉडी that has actually, I haven't actually known of my friends who's actually passed away. So I don't have any news of any of my school friends or anybody in that matter has actually passed away. Close friends I'm talking about. So I don't know about you guys. As you said, you had someone of yours who has passed away.
Past 50, you start noticing that people are leaving us. Because as you grow older, lifespan gets shorter, and it would appear that most people who are sort of 60, they will be losing more, and definitely by the time we are 70, I would say half our friends would be gone. Mostly related to lifestyle or accident or unfortunate things like cancer. No? So last year I lost the associate professor, Mr. Johnson Sito at USP. You know, the Sito family, we had a murder in his family. You brought that up in the Fiji news.
Yeah, that's right.
And
The guy
Johnson
from List
was,
Trading.
And Johnson went to school with me, and he was young, he was 6, he was under 60, so we lost him due to disease. So we will be finding that when we are younger, we might lose one person due to usually an accident, and it comes and passes. But as we grow older, we find that we're going to be losing more people, mostly due to lifestyle and illness.
Sure.
Have you lost anybody?
I think the other thing, I just wanted to add something. जो आपके दोस्त हैं अभी, or the listeners, I think they should all listen to our episode ना, जो 100 ला episode हमने किया था.
Sure.
So they will live till 100. No, मेरे सब as far as I know, हमारे जितने ही दोस्त स्कूल से हैं, स्कूल से जुड़े हुए हैं, they all doing well. I'm not in contact with everyone, but जितने close friends को जानता हूँ, सब healthy हैं, they looking after themselves so far, yeah, so all good.
But I mean, I haven't lost anyone either, and I normally chat with a couple of them on Facebook. And it's good to see. I mean, you know, I actually didn't recognize one of my classmates, you know, Rahel's mom. Yeah, I should actually met her after about 25 years, and I couldn't remember. She came to us and introduced herself, and
it's amazing when people realize and recognize you and say, who's this?
It did happen to me, and after that,
There was shock, surprise.
Yeah. I mean, she knew me, but I mean, I totally forgot about her.
कभी-कभी ऐसा होता है कि been very good friends for years, and you know, कुछ हादसे ऐसे होते हैं जिंदगी में जिसके जरिए से you become unfriend. So, have you been in situations like that, and if you've unfriended, and दुश्मनी हो गई, खोड़ एकदम मारपीट लगात हो गई?
Not marpit, but basically quite
and
a bit of...
And you were very good friends.
Very good, very close. And then I think what happened is there was some sort of a judgmental thing.
Misjudgment or something.
Misjudgment with the person, and maybe we did not know each other well.
But a true friend will not do that if you think of it.
That's where it comes. Was that person a friend in the first place?
First place, yeah.
That's where we as humans we think about that maybe we made a mistake in becoming friends with certain people, thinking that they were thinking the same with you, but we don't know कि उसका कौन what was their intention, na?
And I think people don't realize that, you know, how important a friend is in your life. It is very important क्योंकि आप अपनी ज़ाती ज़िंदगी में व्यस्त रहते हैं, busy रहते हैं, and that you work, you come home, you get your family and your kids and things, but you should take out time, as I always say to people, because it's quite healthy for people, ना? Mental status, मानसिक संतुलन के लिए बहुत अच्छा है ना?
मानसिक संतुलन.
You know, you
peace of mind, by the way, people.
Mind, you know, you have the little thought, you go into a different vision. Time out, जैसे आपने कहा है, you take the time out, you talk about things that you आप अपने जितने सारे problems घर में रख के आओगे, because you talk about other things, you talk about your similar likeness, you play music and you chit chat and ये करेंगे वो करेंगे. So I think it's very important to have friends in your life. Very important.
Can I just quickly cut in there? I think people who have partners or wives or relationships, it's very important,
very healthy,
not to close or shut up your partner or wife from having good close friends.
Good friends.
जो पुरानी आदत थी कि वो किससे बात कर रहा है, कौन है वो है. No.
It does happen, Doctor. You're right, because what happens?
It still happens.
It still happens.
So it's important to understand that people need friends outside of that intimate relationship.
But the other thing is, about ज़रूरी है. कभी जैसे आपने उठाया हो, sometimes you are actually with wrong people and you don't know, but others can know.
Others will notice.
Because you don't know the meaning of friendship. जैसे मैं हूँ, I am very very limited with friends. ऐसे नहीं कि I don't like people, but because I get drained. No, I get drained with negativity very quickly. So I'm very conscious of my own environment. कैसा environment? If it is not my environment, my type of aura, I would disassociate.
It's like pulling you down.
It's pulling you down. It's not motivating me, not inspiring me. So I have very limited friends. and I inspire them. They do things like me, or they inspired as well in life. And I always hang around with these few people only.
It's good for your mind, huh?
It's very good because it will keep you to, it'll fuel you to go on in life. Otherwise, अगर मैं जिंदगी में देखता हूँ, I have very limited friends, and this is the whole reason that's why I don't have a lot of
So
friends.
similarly, take for example us Fijian TV. We've got a 2-hour program which we are doing here. अगर आप ये programs हम नहीं करते, for example, what would you do in that time? What you would have done with that time that you spent with us?
Probably something, because it's Sunday, it's a relaxing day. It'd probably be lazing around and maybe not being that productive. Maybe go for a walk or do some gardening, or maybe कहीं brain practice होगा, पिसा किशोर के गाना
कुछ ना कुछ खोजते रहते हैं.
but nothing new. खास में it'll be just a repeat, relaxing,
challenging.
Maybe fishing somewhere, na? And mentally stimulating नहीं होता, which is here, we're on the ball, it's unscripted, on the spot सोचते हैं ना, and it is really preparing us for tomorrow. So our mind is sharp. You know, when we go to work, we say, what have you been doing? It's still sharp. Moto chokre mangi.
What about you, Najib? What would you have done if you're not here?
Well, today Sunday, usually I do catch up with my other things that I'm doing in my life. As I said, I've got few businesses, so I would have been reading. If not, I usually on the weekends I'm spending my time with my best friend, my wife. I think she's my best friend, and I spend a lot of time with her, which is very important. Weekdays we are all busy, so I would probably be doing something like that.
What would you do?
Normal family things like with the kids, mom, dad, you know, and relatives, basically catch up, shopping, and really because what happens now is since the TV program is there, everything has to be done Saturday, you know, done, finished. Because Sunday, it's a commitment, and it's good because you feel better about it because see, you got to come here, we have a chat, we talk, we spend some time together, 4 of us, and then we go home. I mean, that's
well, my life was totally different before Fijian TV because I'm always looking for things to do because my mindset is such because if I sit for a while I get bored. And your train of thoughts go somewhere else. ना आप सोचते हैं, ना आप काम करते हैं, आप ये करेंगे. You do things which
Wondering.
is not बेकार की चीज, you know. And then we were having a group of friends, we were meeting. चलो 6-pack ले लिए, हम lamb chops ले लिए, आज हम पकाएंगे, खाएंगे. After church we all end up over there. You probably would have.
We have all done that.
Would have joined together on that. And see, it came to a stage where that nothing constructive was coming out of that gathering. कुछ कंस्ट्रक्टिव नहीं है. इट वाज ऑल नेगेटिविटी सराउंडेड होता है. उसके बारे में बात, ये ऐसा कर रहा है, वो ऐसा कर रहा है. तो इट वाज ऑल टू डू विद नेगेटिव थॉट. पॉजिटिव कुछ खा नहीं. हम लोग जा रहे थे उस मुद्दे से कि कुछ पॉजिटिव होगा, कि कुछ बजाएंगे, कुछ गाएंगे, कुछ मौका मिलेगा कुछ करने के लिए, कुछ पिक्चर शूट करेंगे, शॉर्ट फिल्म बनाएंगे, तो कुछ करेंगे. बट नथिंग एक्चुअली ओरिजिनेटेड आउट ऑफ इट. सो आई थॉट कि द टाइम इज एक्चुअली बीइंग वेस्टेड. लेट्स पुल आउट, यू नो, लेट्स टेक टाइम. कुछ था नहीं, एंड देन लेट्स डू समथिंग टोटली डिफरेंट.
मैं एक मुद्दा पेश करता हूँ. The thing is कि people are different personality types भी होते हैं. Like some people जैसे high achievers बोलते हैं, ठीक है. हमारे friends और family में काफी low achievers होते हैं. They're not interested in doing new things or being innovative.
Challenging things.
They have a set, उसका 40 kilometers per hour चलता है. कभी हवा लगे 35, 40 और speed limit 50 है ना, वो 50 लेने जाएंगे. It's okay. So that's another thing we have to take into account. We need to encourage people and उनका थोड़ा ख्वाहिशें देना कि भाई we doing something. Do something. Come in, you know, ये सीखो, वो सीखो.
वो जगह क्या आ जाता है, जिसे मैंने पहले कहा था कि जो friends है, जिसे मैंने कहा था friends are just not people, things as well in the environment. अब अगर आप TV remote को अपना friend बना लिए हो, तो फिर क्या होगा? It will become your friend. You literally sit with the TV remote for 4 hours in the morning, and you have lost your 4 hours doing nothing, just watching something which is not important in your life at all. So, क्या आप पकड़ते हो, कहाँ पर हो, किस environment में हो,
बहुत जरूरी है.
It's up to you, and it's your duty to know what you're doing.
और कुछ लोग रिमोट कस के पकड़ते टूट देते हैं ना.
झगड़ा हो जाता है रिमोट के पीछे झगड़ा होता है. ये प्रोग्राम में देखूंगा.
अब आपने 6-pack का मुद्दा उठाया और निकला, मैं 6-pack लाया हुआ आज.
That's good. So it's very important.
छुपा करे उनको।
Oh, अच्छा. So it's very important कि I think personally as you grow older you need all these things in your life because when you settle a bit, jobs वगैरह settle हो गई, बच्चे हो गए, बड़े हो गए बच्चे, या तो your kids have wedded and you go, आदमी और your wife and husband क्या करेंगे आज? Because certain things you can only do.
That's why.
Then what else are you going to do?
That's why your partner's friendship comes in. That your partner wife should be your
चलो
best
हम जाए
friend.
वहाँ पे आज लोग के संगे मूवी है, कैचअप कर ली, कॉफी है, कैचअप कर ली, just to chit chat and get out of the system for a while. थोड़ा जाके enjoy करो, माइंड सेट के लिए ठीक होता है. Because a lot of people look overseas में, not just overseas, Fiji में भी देखो, सब busy रहते हैं. And this is where the problem in Fiji is.
Social media doesn't help.
No, this is the biggest problem in Fiji. Because this is the friend time. This is firstly friend time. Secondly, it is enjoyment. So this is where the problem is quite big and vast in Fiji. It is actually happening in here because slowly they develop into a thing कि उनकी आदत पड़ जाती है.
बिल्कुल. I mean,
थरिया के ऊपर थरिया, थरिया के ऊपर थरिया.
So that doesn't become friendship, and it becomes a habit. There's a differentiation. We can draw a line there between a friendship and habit. ये जो लोग ना भाई हमेशा every Saturday I have to go there and have a couple of balls. It's a habit. Rather than saying okay, next Saturday I'll go without.
And there's nothing constructive.
No, there's nothing.
हालांकि अगर तुम कहीं गया है जहाँ पर एक संस्था है या तो क्या कहते हैं उसकी रामायण मंडली सत्संग में मिलते हैं,
कीर्तन गा लेते हैं, बजा लेते हैं कुछ.
That is different ना. And I see people going and doing. I think it's very important. अगर आप कीर्तन गाते हैं तो do go, spend your time and थोड़ा हारमोनियम सोलो हाथ फेरो थोड़ा. It's good because भक्ति भाव में आपका दिमाग आएगा ना.
Well, it's a spiritual growth, na?
Yeah.
So every facet of your life is important, either spiritual or.
And because some friends will अरे मुँह कहाँ जाएगा वहाँ, तुम जब देखो जब भजन में तुम रहता है, जब देखो तुम चर्च में रहता है, जब देखो तुम नहीं करता है. So these are the type of friends which are not going to because they'll be pulling you.
That's what you call force.
Pulling.
They are your force because they're stopping you from reaching where you wanna go.
And they don't go anywhere themselves.
No.
वहीं अटके रहते हैं.
अब बहुत लोग ऐसे फ्रेंडशिप में फंसे हुए हैं जो हमारे व्यूअर्स हैं. अगर अपने जिंदगी में झांक के अभी घूम के देखो, there are so many people around you who are like this and you would be thinking yes they are.
उसको hangers on बोलते हैं.
So what do you do with these people? Should you hang with them or do you cut that, have that season of separation for a while and change your life, and it will make a lot of difference in your life.
कभी अब दोस्त के घर पे जाओगे या तो फिर अभी आजकल तो जमाना everybody is busy. कॉल करके आना प्लीज. कॉल करके आना प्लीज. अगर
बताया नहीं तुम्हें क्या
बता. If you don't call people, it's different, na?
Yeah,
because they are busy. And I think if I know someone is home, I'll go. That person will receive me. But similarly, if you start calling people and say कि हम अंदर तुम्हारे घर हैं, a lot of people invite me to their places. I don't go because they say, hey, मौका लगे तुम घरे आना यार. And I always say to them, you find a time, you tell me the time. आज हमारे घरे आओ. I will tell you कि आज हम आएगा कि नहीं आएगा. Because अगर आप हमसे कहोगे कि घरे आना यार, कोई जाना बैठे हो, कोई रोज जाना तो कोई रोज हो जाएगी, कंप्लीट नहीं हुई कभी.
एक पर्सनल क्वेश्चन पर अगर आपने अपना फ्रेंड को घर बुलाया है और आप लोगों ने बुलाया है, एक बार बुलाया है, 2 बार बुलाया, 3 बार बुलाया है और वो फ्रेंड आपको नहीं बुलाया, तो आप क्या सोचते हैं अपने मन में? मुझे बताइए. आई जस्ट वांट टू नो व्हाट इज योर रिस्पांस, लाइक व्हाट डू यू डू?
आप हरदम बुलाते हैं क्या शेयर करने के लिए?
say you've called them 5 times in your home. It's not on me or something. I'm just asking a question, right?
तो बंद कर देगा.
So what do you do? Do you call them or you don't call them?
No, because ये क्या होता है ना, he's trying to take advantage of you. I mean, a friendship is like it's give and take, as we said.
I think personally me, हम एडवांटेज के बारे में नहीं सोचता. हम सोचता कि यार ये नहीं मांगे तो काहे हम ध्यान करें इसके. हम बंद कर देते कनेक्शन कि चलो अच्छा नहीं मांगे काहे रिंग करो, काहे तंग करो.
What about you, though?
This is a hard one because sometimes sometimes you got to उसको
कैरेक्टर लेके पहुंच जाएगा ना.
consolidate करना है कि why is this person inviting you, right? एक एग्जांपल देता हूँ. मेरा एक बहुत अच्छा फ्रेंड है, मुझको 2 साल में 1 बार बुलाता है and we go. I think he's a good friend of mine. He's a really good singer and फिजी का नहीं है. तो अभी लेटली मैंने नोटिस किया कि वो मुझको जब बुलाता है, it's regarding he wants to talk to me about something professional matter, right? तो मैंने सोचा कि वो लास्ट टाइम 2 साल हो गया मुझको बुलाया ना, एंड वी कॉल देम टू आवर प्लेस टू, इट्स म्यूचुअल। लेकिन सो समटाइम्स उसका जो मोटिव होता है, क्यों लोग बुलाते हैं आपको, वो भी इम्पोर्टेंट होता है। समटाइम्स पीपल हैव अ नीड, or they might be lonely or something, and they might not feel comfortable calling you to their own place for some reason. But this only should be 2, 3, 4, 5 times, ना? If it exceeds 3 to 5 times, वो पुराना 3 time rule हो जाता है।
बट कभी ऐसे भी होता है, कभी कभी एक लोग परिवार में कोई को बुला लेते हैं, then they expect them to call
back, yeah.
then they will call them back again, ना?
I think true friendship में expectation नहीं होना
I think
चाहिए।
there shouldn't be expectation or anything.
बिल्कुल नहीं होना
But I think it's a common thing. जैसे आप जब कोई को बुलाते हो अपने फ्रेंड के घर, तो जरूर वो भी तो बुलाएगा ना, just anything.
Someone actually commented saying, friend, noun, a person attached to another by feelings of affection or personal regard. A person attached to another by feelings of affection or personal regard. तो उसको अनुवाद कीजिए गाइस।
जैसे इमोशंस बांध के रखता
है ना, कुछ पॉजिटिव और नेगेटिव केमिस्ट्री होता है।
I think sometimes we hang around with people with emotions, like because we have certain emotions and things, that's what binds us. यही जगह पे मैं कहता हूँ कि sometimes people can't get out of that, and it becomes very difficult for them because they always, and then down the track 10 years they think, ये फ्रेंड के साथ मैं क्या कर रहा था यार, अभी तक कुछ किया नहीं। ये फ्रेंड, वो फ्रेंड क्या होता है 10 साल बाद में आपको डॉक्टर ने जैसे कहा था वो ऐसे कुछ कर देगा, तुम सोचे कि why was he my friend यार। जैसे अभी देखो, अभी आप हम जब लोगों से बात करते हैं, अरे वो मेरा फ्रेंड 10 साल से हमारा फ्रेंड था यार, ऐसे कर दिया, उसने ऐसा कर दिया, वो मेरे साथ ऐसे कर दिया, वो मेरे बीबी को ले गया, वो समथिंग लाइक दैट। तो क्या होता है, what were you doing in these 10 years? Didn't you know who this person was? So that is why I'm saying कि बहुत ज़रूरी है फ्रेंडशिप का मतलब समझना। अगर आप फ्रेंडशिप का मतलब डिफाइन नहीं कर पाते हो, then you don't know how to make friends, and that is important.
I think the signs of danger are always there. Sometimes जैसे आप बोलते हैं लोग पीछे से वार कर देते हैं या घर में घुस के वार कर देते हैं ना। I think आजकल हमको always aware होना चाहिए।
Of course, you have to be aware.
Body language और हमारे चीफ जी वहाँ से थोड़ा गदर उसके मारे, we are experienced people, and I think some young people are not that experienced. वो क्यों नहीं देखते हैं जो signs?
There's always signs there.
There are always signs.
There's always signs
there
for people to pick up.
Then what do? Do you break the friendship then, or you become or सतर्क हो जाते हैं, or you start doubting the person? That then sows the seeds of unfriendship कि one side is actually there not as a friend, but to defraud you, or कुछ deception है किसी रकम का, और किसी तरह से तुमसे कुछ निकालना चाहता है,
attention, attraction.
And sometimes we don't mind. We say, okay, we have enough, or whatever, कुछ भी होता है ना. But if it becomes a habit, and it becomes a place where it is draining your resources to your disadvantage, I think then you have to become careful.
And that's why it is important कि आप क्या friends से share करते हो. Because if one time, if the relationship is vulnerable and it breaks down or something, this person knows in and out about you, and he can take advantage of a lot of things for the situation, and he can be an enemy that you'll always be aware of, and you won't know what to do. So क्या disclose करते हो किससे? Very very important.
Absolutely.
Sometimes people come very close to you and you want to open up everything for this person,
to the other level.
and then I think personally मैं इसे बताना चाहता हूँ सबसे, लोग से कभी कभी पूछते हैं, जैसे फेसबुक में अभी कुछ किसी को हो गया तो सब पूछते हैं क्या हुआ। A lot of people ऐसे नहीं पूछते क्योंकि they want to help you, because they want to talk about it, so they can go and talk to someone else. अरे परम को ऐसे हो गया, वो क्यों ऐसे हो गया, तुमको पता लगा कैसे ऐसे हो गया, क्या हुआ है?
Inquisitive होते हैं।
So ऐसा चीज बहुत sensitive चीज है ना। You have to be very careful what you tell people, because people 90% or 95% of the people, they want to know because they want to talk about it. They want to have a little chat about it with other people or your friends or a circle of friends. So आप क्या बात करते हो, किससे क्या बताते हो, ये very very important.
That 5% might be there to positively pull you down. Out of 100 people we know, 3 to 5% are there, उसका वही एक के ख्वाहिश और मकसद है कि इसको किस तरह से हम रेपुटेशन खराब कर सकते हैं, या फाइनेंशियली डैमेज कर सकते हैं, या इसका इमोशनल डैमेज या इसका पब्लिक एंटरटेनमेंट में डैमेज कर सके. आई हैव एक्सपीरियंस दैट एंड उसको बताते वी शुड नॉट वॉश आवर डर्टी लिनन इन द पब्लिक ना, कि कुछ लोग फेसबुक में जाकर झगड़ा अनुवाद कुछ होता है, दे इमीडिएटली स्टार्ट पोस्टिंग थिंग्स अबाउट दैट पर्सन. तो इट इज लिंक्ड टू आवर डिवोर्स टॉपिक कि we should not start
I
telling
have
people.
actually got something to say, in a sense ki when you're talking about friends, I'd like to be honest with each other. I think I've known with my friends that I'm very straightforward. Ki if I have to say something, I'll say it. You like it or you don't like it. I think I mean I'd like to say that I'm known for that. Ki if I say it, I'll say it and I mean it. And if I don't like it, I'll say it advice. But कभी-कभी लोग ऐसे होते हैं कि when you with your friends झगड़ा होता है ना, और गुस्से में कुछ कह देते हैं. And people will say कि गुस्सा में तुम ऐसे बोल दिया वैसे. But I think that's a fact. It should be forgotten. हो गया, forget about it, pick up the pieces and move on. So a true friend will stick by our side.
They don't hold grudges.
They don't hold grudges. अभी 2 दिन पहले हादसा हुई मेरे साथ ऐसे ही, and I lost it because it was in a situation where I lost it basically, and I just walked out and I said something. I said bang. So then the person demanded me कि you owe me an apology. In a sense कि you owe me an apology. So they pulled me to the side and say you owe me an apology. And I was like, क्यों कहता है कि and I did say look, I'm sorry, but it's a situation like this. But for the person to pursue with that apology is, I don't know if you call this a true person or not, or a true friendship.
एक दफे apologize कर दिया, they still on to it.
नहीं ऐसा नहीं कि they demand apology, because in a friends you don't demand apology. हो गया सो हो गया. Think it's such as कि अगर उसकी जिंदगी में कुछ हुआ होगा, he must have a bad day. Understand ना, कि या तो फिर कुछ हुआ होगा.
छोटी-छोटी बात फ्रेंडशिप में कभी-कभी हो जाती है.
So you should forget about it and don't expect an apology. People होते हैं दोस्त में, hey, you expect me an apology. There's a way of saying.
जैसे कहते हैं, so no sorry, no thank you with friendship.
Yeah.
This was crossing my mind. I was thinking about this.
Yeah.
और the other thing परम, जिसे दोस्ती में ना कभी-कभी बहुत दोस्त ऐसे होते हैं जो हमें खुशी करने के लिए they give us wrong what do you call advice या अगर हमने कुछ पूछा है तो they give a wrong answer. जैसे मैंने पूछा, that's why I say to people, if I'm asking for something, give me a true answer, because बहुत लोग सोचते हैं कि हम इनका दिल दुखा देंगे. If I'm a true friend for someone, I will tell you what is right and what I think is right. I wouldn't just do it कि आपका दिल रखने के लिए कह दिया, because I'm not helping you यार. अब बहुत लोग ऐसे बोल देते हैं, ऐसे बोल देते हैं, नहीं, but this is who I am. I am a true friend of you. अगर मुझे आप में कुछ अच्छा नहीं है या आप कुछ कर रहे हैं जिसमें आप में अच्छाई नहीं है, तो मैं आपको रोकूंगा, because I am your good friend and I will stop you.
That's an acid test for friendship too.
Yeah.
That is where you testing friendship. मान लो लास्ट ईयर एक पर्सन ने मुझसे बताया कि मैं गाना गाता हूँ, this that and all that, and I said कि I said मुझको कुछ भेजो ना. He wants to sing in a show, and he sent me and he said, look, a good friend, what did you think? I said आपके घर हारमोनियम है? वो बोला नहीं है ना. I said थोड़ा आपका वो है ना? बोले नहीं, बोले हमारे घर है सबके, बोले अच्छा वैसे हम बोला आप अच्छा गाता है, वॉइस अच्छा है, बोला बता सुर राइट करेंगे. That guy never phoned me, never talked to me, and he just cut his friendship. I was trying to help him. I said to him, मैं तुमको हारमोनियम दूंगा, I've got a spare one, and he's a great friend of mine, but he was not on the stage. No, he's never sung on stage. He wants to reach a higher level.
A good friend will always take your advice as well.
And I said कि अच्छा है, but तुम थोड़ा ये वो कर दो. He took it as an offense. He took it as a harsh criticism. And all I was saying is कि he's got a wonderful voice, but really you need some lessons.
अगर आप बोल देते
अगर
आप बोल देते कि he is good singer ना,
I could have lied and said, oh,
then he would have been friend forever.
Exactly.
And then he would have held it against me for the rest of his life for saying कि तो हमें खाली माजरी लगाता रहा ना, बता लगाता. So sometimes friendship में honesty can be an acid test. Testing the friendship.
बहुत फ्रेंड्स अपने ज़िंदगी में कुछ कर रहे हैं और वो अपने और फ्रेंड से पूछते भाई मैं कैसा कर रहा हूँ, एंड समटाइम्स देयर इज रॉन्ग इन्फॉर्मेशन दे गिव, दे नो दे आर डूइंग समथिंग रॉन्ग, बट वो फिर दूसरों से बोलते हैं कि ए यार वो तो बहुत अच्छा नहीं करता है, वो ऐसे नहीं करता है. बट व्हाई डोंट यू टेल दैट पर्सन फ्रैंकली? You know, that is important, because otherwise that person will keep doing the same thing knowing he is perfect and he is doing well, whereas he is not.
That's worse.
So एक दूसरे को मदद कीजिएगा, try to bring them up. Yeah, of course, because that's what friendship is about. That's why that person is asking you. जैसे मैं किसी से पूछता हूँ, about how I'm doing in something, anything in life.
अच्छा, now you tell me how do I look?
तो तो मैं बोलता हूँ
Bit shiny because of the sweat.
give me a positive feedback, या बुरा हो या अच्छा हो या नहीं अच्छा हो, so that I can actually improve myself. So then my friends know कि right, he is actually looking for an honest answer, not for something that will make me happy.
बट टॉक हम तुम्हें एक बात मानता पता नोजी की हुई बात पे, आज तुम्हें गाना गाए पड़ी ब्रो,
हम सब कोई गाते
तुम ready है?
हाँ रेडी।
बहुत भारी फरमाइश आवे नोजी के गाना गाए क्या है?
गिटार रखा है यहाँ
नोजी
पे।
तुम्हें भी गाना गाए पड़ी है।
chat room is full of
I know one song, एक बट्टा दो.
एक बच्चा दो।
एक-
Well, ladies and
दोस्ती के
gentlemen,
गाने
we'll take a
गाए
little break. We'll get some
दोस्ती।
air condition because our fans are getting ready around the globe to listen to our song. We'll just, we'll get the air condition going. थोड़ा हम ठंड होके आते हैं आपके पास, and shortly we're going to get in touch with you. This song will remember you yesteryears because when you were young, when you were a teenager, you wanted to go to a nightclub, have fun and dance, and if you're single, you're probably looking for something to mingle with.
mingle.
It is a good experience because sometimes you get thrown out of a nightclub, and sometimes you fight with your friends. Friends के ही जरिए से, friends के ही लिए आप problems में होते हैं. You must have gone to been questioned by a police, for example. तो ये सब चीजें life में होती है. With for friends you've done.
But before you play that, I asked you something.
Yes.
I asked the forum. Doc, you been to a nightclub in Fiji? Noji?
Bro,
In your young
only
days?
when I was a student in New Zealand,
Achha.
not in Fiji,
Achha.
because I left Fiji when I was 18. I was underage.
What about you? You been to a nightclub in Fiji? When you
Fiji,
there?
I went once after I went from here.
Oh, no, इसके बाद
No,
while you were in Fiji.
not on my team.
I've
So I
been
think
to nightclubs a lot in Fiji, especially in Suva.
When you were studying, basically. probably.
When I
Yeah.
was in School of Medicine, and after that I worked in Suva.
Actually, I went too, because first time I went was when I was 18 and a half. I went to a nightclub.
Purple
Actually, I
Haze?
was studying as well, so my first outing in Fiji.
Which one?
And boy,
Purple
I
Haze?
did not get a held out
I've
because somebody saw
been
me
to
there.
some nightclubs where the Indians hardly go. And
Yeah.
we knew some Fijians,
Yeah.
and there were no other
Checkers.
Indians as some of the places. Yeah.
I've got a very interesting
And,
thing to close, and I think it's going to be hilarious because as kids, as friends, we've done something, and I'd like you guys to share a personal piece or thought of it that you could be quite exclusive about it that you've done as a friend and as with friends together. या तो similarly किसी का टायर तुमने पंचा किया होगा. Or things like this. I want to think after this because I have got something quite amazing that we've done.
बदमाश लगन है।
And with school friends I've done similarly something. Then I would like to see सबके चेहरे पे मुस्कान आ रही है. We'll come back, ladies and gentlemen.
Welcome
guys,
back. Welcome back. Welcome back, people.
Welcome back. Those tight pants, those leather pants, some of you might remember the days that we were dancing on nightclubs and parties in Chakada and Jhanjad and we'll spin out for a fight.
Hmm.
Do you remember those days?
Yeah.
I remember incident in 1977 हम न्यूजीलैंड में था. First time night club we had too much. First time जिंदगी में मैंने वोडका पिया था.
अच्छा.
उसको स्क्रू ड्राइवर बोलते हैं ऑरेंज में ना. मैं बोला ऑरेंज में मिला के बोला क्या है ना. तो 2 in the morning हम जा रहे थे डनीडन ओटागो यूनिवर्सिटी में 4-5 and वहाँ पर झगड़ा हो गया था.
Well, I think before the song that came into effect, I said let's think of something that you'd like exclusively to share. It was fun and it was all goodwill and things you do as a kid and the days of VCR that came in Fiji.
Stuck हो जाए छत जाके.
But see, I was minding my uncle's house. He was a posh guy and then good status, in society, and he had a good house. So, and my job was to go and look after the dogs and and clean the yard and polish karke, furniture polish
pocket
karke.
money?
No, just
for free.
just for fun, family, And then I was there by myself, so I invited some of my school friends. From wale jitne ladka hai raat ke and come over. So one smart fella said, "Look, I've got a bright idea. I'll bring some videotape, videos." And of course, we all got excited. And if you guys know what sort of video I'm talking about, red video, red
See where it's going.
Yeah. And I tell you what, video attack गया इसमें.
Get it out.
Boy.
वो नेशनल पैनासोनिक वाला जो था ना, जो ठोको टक से खुल जाता था पहले. ब्रेन न्यू रहा ना. तो गे भीतर अटक गया, कैसे निकालो उसके इसमें से।
ड्राइवर को जो
एंड लड़कन भी दूसरा चीज है, यू नो व्हेन देयर इज अ बार क्या हंसता तुम, जब बाहर आ लड़कन उसमें सब कुंजी करी ने मार के पीवी के लोग कुंजी करी से करिया चाय बना के रख दी। एंड टिल दिस डे आई हैव नेवर हर्ड ऑफ इट, जहां अपन जिसके अपन अंकल कर रहा है उसके भी
Paul, call this.
And it was we had so much fun, but
so did uncle know about the child?
Uncle didn't know, because uncle never questioned me. Uncle never questioned me. Uncle, I think he liked putting, you know,
Putting, he didn't drink
display
much.
करके, हाँ, काफी जन इसे
What about the tape though?
tape भाई बड़ा मुश्किल से निकला, because we stayed the whole night, we had a lot of fun.
तो आप निकाल लिया।
Yeah, finally.
लेकिन अगर अंकल भी निकालता तो नहीं जान पाता, because he would be watching the same thing too।
नहीं
वो सोचा होगा शायद कट में मैं जार दिया होगा।
because अंकल के घर में तो उसने टेप नहीं रहे ना, one smart fellow हम लिखाएगा उन्होंने देखिए बोले, and we all glued to watch, ना जितना बड़ा रंग करीना टेलीविजन था ना, जुल्म साइड में स्पीकर लगा, हाँ, मैंने ऊपर से रखन रहा टीवी में ना, कुलियर पर।
What grade you were in, Param?
I think I was in form 3 for something.
Yeah, तो prime age था वो सब देखने का ना, because मिलता नहीं था वो सब ना।
Yeah, of course, and I tell you, it was a good time. But ask the question ना रे कि दारू के शब्द बोतल में जो करिया चाय भर के रख देवागे, विस्की की रकम लगे रही। I didn't drink because I don't drink.
से दारू के बात हुई तो मैं एक बता देता हूँ अपना स्टोरी। मैं छोटा था ना, I was in class 6 यार। तो मेरा डैड ऑलवेज यूज्ड टू कीप अ कार्टन ऑफ बियर अंडर द बेड ना, तो तुम फ्रीज नहीं था घर पर। तो जब मैं छोटा था तो मेरा डैड जब घर पर आता था काम पर से, तो मुझको यहाँ बैठाता था ना अपने थास पर बैठ कर, तो थोड़ा सा बिया ऐसे चक देता था ना, तब पी लिए। तो एक दिन मैं सोचा आज तो घर पर नहीं है, माई सिस्टर्स वेर अराउंड, माँ थी खाना बना रही थी, डैड नहीं था। तो वो बड़ा बोल ना लॉन्ग नेक, मैंने आस्ते से एक गिलास ले जाकर वहाँ नीचे रख कर खोला ना, और आस्ते आस्ते मार कर, और ऐसे चक्कर लगाते हैं, थोड़ी देर में फिर आते हैं, फिर जा खेल लेते हैं, फिर चक्कर मारते। अब लंच आवा हो गया तो मामला सबको खाना खा लो, अंडा भात बना था ना, फ्राई अंडा था। तो मैं अपना प्लेट लेकर बोला मैं यहाँ खाऊंगा तो महकेगा ना, तो मैं बोला मैं आम के पेड़ के नीचे खाऊंगा, वहाँ ठंडा हवा है। तो मैं सीढ़ी पर जाकर तो मैं गिर गया यार कट में। तो मेरे सिस्टर्स आकर मुझे दे ट्राई टू रेस्क्यू मी, तो उन्होंने महका ना, तो मम तो ये तो बोला चढ़ाया है। तो दे वेंट एंड चेक, तो दारू कहाँ रखा था, बिया। तो देखा वहाँ पर एक बोतल खाली और ग्लास भी रखा है। तो शाम को तो जानते हो क्या होगा ना,
और गरम बिया में
जो धाली चढ़ देता। फिर क्लास 6 में था यार,
14
वेरी यंग,
14
जल्दी से तुम बोतल पकड़ना शुरू कर दिया।
बिकॉज वो छोटा जब था ना तो वो चखाता था ना, तो आई थिंक दैट्स व्हाई इट हैपेंड मैन। दारू का
किसी चैट रूम में पूछा लगा कि नहीं,
दैट्स व्हाई व्हेन डेट केम इन द आफ्टरनून, यू नो व्हाट वुड हैपन।
But also they said कि अंकल के पता रहा, बड़ा अंकल ने वहाँ आँख में, but also अंकल ऐसा है कि because we were younger, but he would have known, he would have told. I think he didn't drink because there are a lot of people like displaying alcohol, no?
शायद अभी भी डिस्प्ले में होगा।
No, it's long. You know, it's sold it now. I think the house is gone. अभी whiskey पिए, but by the way अभी whiskey पिए।
But किसी ने खोला होगा वो बोतल को ना।
Somewhere he must.
No, see what happens if
अगर it matures ना?
नहीं क्या होता है, if the bottle is full ना, अगर आप थोड़ा सा निकाल कर उसमें डालते हैं, then it mixes with the whiskey.
Okay, so the whole bottle wasn't finished.
No.
Okay, ठीक
so it mixes with the current. What it does is dilutes it. Dilutes it. So you know. जैसे कि हम हमेशा बदमाशी करते थे ना, because when people used to come at our place ना, बहुत ज़्यादा शराब पीते थे। What we used to do, we used to throw a little bit of the gin, वो गिराकर उसमें पानी भर देते थे, तो डाइल्यूट कर देते थे।
खाली एक के प्रॉब्लम है, विस्की में लाल चाय, जिन में पानी, अगर मिक्स कर दिया, जिन में लाल चाय चला गया,
वो गड़बड़ है,
गिव हो जाता फिर।
अच्छा बोल say your thoughts guys, come on, you know, teenage days and
टीनेज में कुछ हास्ता
friends के साथ किया ना, I did it with my friends, no?
यूनी वाला वही था, 2-3 बजे सवेरे ठंडा हुआ में, तब विस्की जैसे वोडका का जो स्विंग का, we really were sick. ऑल द वे हॉस्टल में गए, रात भर, सवेरे हमको डांट लगा।
चतुर वाला कोई काम नहीं किया इसके मतलब ना आप लोग।
मैं हैंगओवर ना, फर्स्ट टाइम मैंने वोडका पिया था 1977 ओटागो यूनिवर्सिटी में, और 4 people in the hostel, so that's the first time I was sick after drinking alcohol.
Wow. तुम्हार
कब हुआ तो स्टोरी बताइए। अच्छा बता दी ना। So what happened, me and my best friend ना, so when he was actually with a girl. So what he said, look, नहीं, क्या हुआ ना? He actually didn't come. He was supposed to take his girlfriend to movies, so he didn't turn up. Well, school says no, he's school नहीं जाते ना, side step कर, you know, we used to trains बोलते हैं ना.
बकलिया.
हाँ. So he was supposed to take his girlfriend to the movies, so this guy didn't turn up. So his girlfriend आके पूछी, where is he? You know where he is? I said, no, he didn't tell me, you know, because उस दिन phone वगैरह नहीं थे ना, mobile नहीं थे ना, you only meet people, you know, you discuss your plans in the afternoon and that's it. तो मैं कहा नहीं, उसने मुझे नहीं बताया, he hasn't told me where he's going. तो अच्छे कहते मुझे movie जाना था, he's supposed to tell me. I said, don't worry, I'll take you to movies. So happened, I took her to the movies and I met this guy with another girl in the movie. He got caught. You know? And my friend said, my friend said, why did you bring her to movies? I said, you told her to bring, आप उसको movie ले जा रहे हो.
Yeah.
And then she was biting my head because he's saying, I mean, you know where he is and why didn't you, why are you telling me? Then the girl came hard on me saying, you knew all these things because you knew he was going with another girl, he was going to the movies with that girl. That's why he didn't tell me.
निकी को बड़ी
पकड़ा गए
फंस गया
ऐसे से पकड़ाते हैं
मास्टर जी वाज द टॉप वन देन
वो वैसे स्टोरी तो बहुत है ना क्या क्या बताए ना स्कूल में जब हम थे तो जो स्कूल में मास्टर का जो कहा था उसको बहुत पंचा करते थे हम ना तो जब मास्टर बहुत मारता था ना तो वुडो क्लासेस में जाओ तो वहाँ पर लकड़ी है नीला मार लो उसमें ना बस पीछे से रख दो ना तो हमारे दो दोस्त थे सुदेश जी हम ये सब करते थे लेकिन अगर सोचे बचपना का जो हरकतें हम करते थे देयर वर सो मेनी ऑफ देम यार ऐसे से तो है कुछ स्टोरीज जो मैं बता नहीं सकता यहाँ पर लेकिन when we actually go back and reflect on those things वो दिन we enjoyed and we did things sometimes we think why did we do that so many stupid things we did लेकिन friendship में when you go that path you start doing things or now when you reflect back and सोचे why you did all those things looks and sounds so stupid लेकिन वो जब होता है माहौल होता है ना वो माहौल में कुछ भी होता है
people say that you always remember those days and if as you mature as you grow older because when you become single or after the other has passed away or if you divorce for instance you start looking for your old friends and similarly you will find that some other part of the world your friend is still existing single है या तो फिर उनकी बीवी है वो गुजर गई है तो you do come together at some part of your life as you mature either in death or in wedding for example and some good friends have actually got their boys and girls married together
that's the universal energy जो astral क्या बोलते हैं I don't really know how to explain it but there seems to be some form of magnetism or chemistry which is
some
always force between two people that never goes away like magnet में ना चुंबक कहीं भी रहेगा लोहा देखेगा वो खींच लेगा
force आ जाएगा जैसे मैं बोलता हूँ कि when I was in secondary school I had this crush on a girl so I always envisioned this girl in my life always tried to
यही से शादी
करेगा I was married that time कि शादी करेंगे शादी होगा but ऐसे होता नहीं होता है चीज ना but today I'm with the same girl so that energy
good ending
that energy is somehow
so you mean to say that I was thinking which class 6 wala
it's I think there is like if you that's why I always say to people whatever you plant in your mind as a seed it will actually resonate the energy will resonate and resonate
class 6 वाली एंजेला कहाँ है
so sometimes it pulls people together sometimes you can say it's destiny sometimes you could say it's a coincidence लेकिन the more you actually think of something in your mind जितना आप सोचते हो कि आपको बीमारी पकड़ेगा उतना हाली से पकड़ लेगा
आज हम बैठ के सोचे क्लास 6 वाली एंजेला के बारे में
देखो hang on परम जी बहुत लोग ऐसे होते हैं 2 साल में गिव अप दे देते हैं mind ko I had to wait कितना 15 years यार
15 years
so your current wife is the person you wanted basically to marry
exactly I had a crush on her in school so it's you don't give it one day and in 1 year you say oh नहीं होगा ना but you have to have that resonation maybe you have to keep looking for her or find her oh it's just not about marriage this is about anything यार
उस टाइम रहती रही बड़प का शादी हो गई ताने जिंदा है कि मर गए ना प्रेग्नेंट तो नहीं हुई उम्र में यार बट स्टिल लड़के बड़े बच्चे हो गए ना शायद
टेलीनोवेसिस से मैं काफी
she had a black till here like रेखा
वैसे फ्रेंडशिप में जैसे आप बोलते थे दोस्त ना जो दोस्त हमारे प्राइमरी स्कूल में थे अगर हम उसके बारे में जिंदगी भर सोचे, यू नो, बाउंड टू, बिकॉज जैसे हम कुछ सोचते हैं, इट विल ट्राई टू टेक अस देयर, राइट? सो वी विल ट्राई टू फाइंड हिम। और जैसे आप तिमोथी, आपका फ्रेंड मोसेस था ना, आप मोसेस के बारे में भुला गए, लेकिन अगर every 2 years पे आप मोसेस के बारे में सोचते, you would have found Moses today, but because your thoughts were not there, अब मोसेस, अब बड़े में मोसेस मिलेगा तो I don't know what will be the situation.
अरे एक चीज याद है के लिए, मोसेस बेंच में नहीं बैठना।
So yeah.
अच्छा, मोसेस आपके गाड़ी में बैठ गए तो क्या कर क्या?
तीन चार
Well, actually, it can happen in the older age because it's same. As you're born, you go.
Yeah.
I know few people, फूफा अगर सुन रहे हैं, they are the same, they met in India, then बिछड़ गए, USP में मिलते थे, and then many years later they came together.
Life is such, no? You don't know.
They all got married to different partners, and something happened in their life, and now
You still don't know where life will take you, no? Any minute, any
You're
moment.
crushed, huh?
No. But I think we somehow actually define or actually make our destiny or reach towards our destiny is what we actually anticipate in our life.
हम लोग लाइक करते हैं, अगर ये मुझे पसंद है, ये लड़की मुझे पसंद है, चलो ये एक संग हम सेटल हो जाते हैं, समथिंग लाइक दैट, नो?
Well, it's
समझौता
energy,
कर
ना?
लेते हैं ना,
It's
समझौता
an
भी कर
energy
लेते
ना, हाँ, समझौता भी कर लेते हैं।
हैं कि चलो अच्छा 4 साल से संगे हैं, चल लोग शादी कर लीजिए, समथिंग लाइक दैट, ना? हो जाता है, and then you realize when you get older, यार
बहुत लोग सोचते हैं कि बिकॉज देखो, बहुत लोग ऐसे होते हैं, हार मान लेते हैं जिंदगी में, हार मान लेते हैं। अगर आप हार मान लिया, इट्स गोन।
तो अगर उसके डिवोर्स नहीं भी हुई तो
That's a problem. That's a problem. It can be a problem. No, so it's not just about marriage or one thing. It's just I'm just trying to bring an example.
But I think the years have passed. In the year class 6, you're a kid, different infatuations and different things you go through life, you know. But that's year 6, you know, totally different. Abhi kahan, you know, much matured and you think of things. But those are the moments you share and you prosper, no?
Sure.
But well, ladies and gentlemen, it's an interesting topic, guys.
Actually, नहीं रोनी जी ने कहा चैट शो में, ये saying कि गाना गाओ, एक चतुर नार करके सिंगा।
Well, it's very important, and when we think of assembly, when I would meet with my friend, you know, my childhood friend or school friend, we always think of the olden days. We have a bit of a pack and we start going back into the कि हम लोग क्या करते थे, किस तरह से चौक मारते थे क्लासरूम में, and we start sharing, we relive that moment for the time we are there. And one song which is very common in these days is, you know, everybody that sings. I actually sang yesterday that same song. कि ये दोस्ती हम कभी नहीं छोड़ेंगे, साथ ना छोड़ेंगे. So I think, Doc, you've got a bit of a guitar tuned up over there.
Shall we do it?
Yeah. I don't know if you've got a chords all set up.
Yep.
I'm ready.
प्ले करेंगे।
I'm ready when you are
आप लोगों के
ready.
पास words है?
I'm really hopeless with words, so I think
You are the one who's gonna
No
do.
जी
you
नहीं, Doc.
Okay, you will download the lyrics.
so yeah, you can bring the lyrics up there
Yeah.
on the side, so at least you can lead and while I मारो गूगल में एक मिनट, Doc, let him get the lyrics ready. Doc, तुम जना प्रैक्टिस करके आए
खाली टोन ले ले।
है टोन
कहाँ से है?
मैं डी में से बजाऊंगा।
Okay. So lyrics ना type करना. So this is live here on www.radioapsara.com as well as www.fijininterview.com. जो भी आप सुन रहे हैं यहाँ से, डॉक्टर जी बजा रहे हैं, आज शेरवानी इसीलिए पहन कर आए भाई.
हाँ बिल्कुल.
And जितने ना देरी लगे हमारा सट से आइए. Nice.
थोड़ा दिन के बजाय नहीं, बट देखिए हाउ इट गोस।
थोड़ा दिन के बजाय कौन सी?
अभी आज स्विमिंग करता रहा सवेरे सवेरे।
गूगल अंकल इज क्वाइट गुड, इसमें टाइप करो ना।
हाँ उसमें
ये दोस्ती
शो।
No, that's different. ये टाइप करो। So दोस्ती की जब बात होती है, कुछ दुश्मनी भी पैदा होती है, and hopefully we don't want to remember the दुश्मन of today, but you know दोस्ती की बात हम कर रहे हैं, and sorry
next one lyrics
first step, and you know it's a wonderful song actually.
Very nice
Surely
song.
still running, you know, in India.
वो मोटरबाइक में जो उल्टा पड़ गया है, can you remember the seat? They were going with the motorbike.
Yeah.
They're still running in cinemas at the moment. That film.
बहुत अच्छा सीन था वो।
Yeah.
Okay, see ya.
Well, here's a little bit of a tune, guys, and I hope you'll enjoy it. पीछे
नीचे जाए
नहीं मतलब
इसके volume थोड़ा
गिटार का वॉल्यूम थोड़ा जो
ना तो अटैच नहीं
Roji is gonna lead.
तो लाइव जाता है
हाँ, good.
ये दोस्ती Come on guys हम नहीं छोड़ेंगे तोड़ेंगे दम मगर तेरा साथ ना छोड़ेंगे ये दोस्ती हम नहीं तोड़ेंगे तोड़ेंगे दम मगर तेरा साथ ना छोड़ेंगे तेरी जीत तेरी हार मेरी हार सुन ले मेरे यार तेरा गम मेरी जान तेरी जान ऐसा अपना प्यार खाना पीना साथ है मरना जीना साथ है खाना पीना साथ है मरना जीना साथ है सारी जिंदगी ये दोस्ती हम नहीं तोड़ेंगे तोड़ेंगे दम मगर तेरा साथ ना छोड़ेंगे या खफाए खुदा ये दुआ ऐसा हो नहीं जान पे भी खेलेंगे तेरे लिए ले लेंगे जान पे भी खेलेंगे तेरे लिए ले लेंगे सबसे दुश्मनी दोस्ती हम नहीं तोड़ेंगे तोड़ेंगे दम मगर तेरा साथ ना छोड़ेंगे ये दोस्ती हम नहीं तोड़ेंगे तोड़ेंगे मगर तेरा साथ ना छोड़ेंगे तेरा साथ ना छोड़ेंगे तेरा साथ ना छोड़ेंगे
Awesome.
Thank you very much. That was good, and I hope you guys would have enjoyed this, ladies and
Well done guys without practice
Thank you, Dan.
Yes,
Well done.
and
good singing
yes, Noji was quite good.
there we go
I don't
people
sing, man.
He's singing. It's possible, anything is
well
possible.
done
Well, guys, it's towards the end of the program, and I suppose let's take a little break and wrap up. And we're talking about friendship today. Let's take a little short break, and we'll be back shortly.
This year, an Indian star is born. The star is Fiji Indian TV, featuring a live
बॉलीवुड की
web TV
लेटेस्ट
show
खबरें और
covering
गॉसिप के
news,
लिए लॉग ऑन
current
करें
affairs,
facebook.com/ultra
Bollywood
hindi
Gupshup,
और twitter.com/ultra
Aao
hindi.
Chat Kare, FITV Talent Time, live coverage and more. Join us with your host Param Sivan. Fiji Indian TV, providing entertainment for the Fiji Indians around the globe. Every Sunday from 1 p.m. www.fijiindiantv.com. Be there.
Well, guys, it's been a wonderful, fun-filled time today, and just a line of closure before we close the program, and your thoughts, and your comments, and your queries, and your recommendations.
दोस्ती एक स्पंज की तरह होती है ना, जैसे कि सोख लेता है ना, जब स्पंज एकदम पूरा जब सोख लेता है मोटर धोते तो उसमें फिर वो starts to dribble ना. तो मेरा ख्याल में एक वो एनालॉजी अभी मेरे माइंड में, अभी थोड़ा हाथ मेरा पिरा है, बट कोई बात नहीं, तो ये हाथ से करेंगे स्क्वीज. तो आई थिंक इन माय ओपिनियन फिलोसॉफिकली ऑल ह्यूमंस हैव अ लिमिट टू कितना फ्रेंड्स रखेंगे. वो ऑटोमेटिकली होता है, जैसे हम पेड़ को काट देते, ट्रिम कर देते ना. तो आई थिंक समटाइम्स वी डोंट हैव टू डू एनीथिंग, अपने कुछ नहीं करना है. हमारे जो दोस्त होते हैं वो खुद अपना चाल दिखा देते हैं. तो वो जो स्पंज भर जाता है, तो आई हैव फीलिंग कि यूनिवर्स में किसी तरह का फोर्स होता होगा शायद, वी कांट कंट्रोल, कि वो बोलता है कि अच्छा स्पंज भर गया है, और वो जो
दोस्त का समय आ गया.
हाँ, तो दोस्त नहीं रहते, वो खुद अपने निकल जाते. सो एज आई एम गेटिंग ओल्डर एंड ऑल दैट, आई एम थिंकिंग कि व्हाई इज हैपनिंग. आई थिंक दिस मस्ट बी समथिंग कंट्रोलिंग आवर रिलेशनशिप्स इन आवर लाइफ somehow indirectly. Time or some time warp or some extraterrestrial being to nahi, spirituality, you know, उसको you can call it God or Allah, Bhagwan, or even some force that may be not a religious force, nothing to do with religion. Could be something that is controlling us, because हम तो अभी तक इंसान अंध ज्ञान में है ना. कलयुग में हमारा भी तो पूरा दिमाग भी नहीं खुला. we are still learning so many things as human beings. हमारा जो, तो we maybe don't understand why it happens, but there must be a good reason for the sponge to get full, फिर उसको squeeze करते हैं. Sometimes we don't do anything and then unfriendship happens. We don't understand.
जैसे कि लोग Facebook में unfriend कर देते हैं, फिर friend कर देते हैं.
Good thing Facebook has then. मेरा ख्याल है, और मेरे जितने ही listeners और viewers out there, मैं पहले आप लोगों को बताना चाहता हूँ कि first of all define फ्रेंडशिप का मतलब, जो उसको डिफाइन कीजिए. अगर आप फ्रेंडशिप का मतलब नहीं समझते हैं तो यू विल ऑलवेज बी इन ट्रबल विद फ्रेंड्स. सो डिफाइन कीजिए फ्रेंडशिप का मतलब क्या है. और द अदर थिंग इज़, फ्रेंड्स खाली इंसान नहीं होता है. फ्रेंड्स जैसे मैंने पहले बताया जगह होता है, एनवायरनमेंट, जो एनवायरनमेंट में आप होते हो, और थिंग्स भी होता है. थिंग्स जैसे कि एनीथिंग, अ कार, ऑब्जेक्ट, एनीथिंग, अ हाउस, एनीथिंग, दे कैन बी योर फ्रेंड्स एज वेल. और जैसे जानवर हैं, आपके फ्रेंड्स हैं. तो बहुत ज़रूरी है कि व्हेन यू डिफाइनिंग योर फ्रेंड्स, मेक श्योर यू टेक इनटू कंसिडरेशन एनवायरनमेंट, थिंग्स और पीपल. दूसरा ये है कि जब आप बड़े होते हो तो ज़िंदगी में आपका जो फर्स्ट फ्रेंड है उनको मत भूलिएगा. इट्स योर पेरेंट्स. आपके जो माता और आपके पिता है, वो आपके ज़िंदगी में पहला फ्रेंड्स जो है, आपको हाथ पकड़ के आपके चलाते हैं. अगर जो इंसान अपना वो फ्रेंड के भुला जाता है, वो कभी किसी का फ्रेंड नहीं बन पाएगा ज़िंदगी में. तो ऑलवेज रिमेंबर दैट इन बैक ऑफ योर माइंड कि यू नो वो दोस्ती जो जब शुरू होती है, दोस्ती की शुरुआत, उसका जो हाथ है उसके पीछे आपके माँ और बाप की हाथ है. तीसरा चीज़ मेरा ये कहना है आप लोगों से कि अगर किसी से दोस्ती की हाथ बढ़ाया है तो मेक श्योर वो दोस्ती का जो हाथ है उसको, वो दोस्ती को निभाए, और अपने तरफ से जितना हो सके एक दोस्त को हेल्प कीजिएगा. और इफ़ यू थिंक दैट दे आर पीपल हैंगिंग अराउंड इन योर लाइफ जो आपके लाइफ में आपके ऑब्स्टेकल बनते हैं, आपको रोकते हैं, आपको बढ़ने नहीं देते हैं, देयर शुड बी अ सीजन ऑफ सेपरेशन. जैसे मैंने कहा सीजन्स की तरह, कट देम आउट फॉर अ व्हाइल and separate yourself, go and do the things that you want to do in life. Then these friends will probably appreciate more, appreciate you more, and then they will actually try to learn from what you have done as well. So these are some of the things that I want to add today as a token towards what you can do to change your life and have better friends, so you can be more happy and healthy. Or the last thing is, always remember that the closest friend that you can have right now is actually your wife if you're married, or your husband, because they're always close to you. You know, if they are your best friends, you'll always be laughing in life. So remember those points, guys. Thank you.
Well said.
Yeah, bilkul. I mean, Nojiji, you've touched it very well. In everybody's life, there needs to be friends, basically. और जैसे कि नोजी ने बताया, जो first friend should be your partner. कि आपकी girlfriend है, आपकी बीवी है, is your first friend. Basically, you got to share as much feelings and your sorrows and your happy times with her. और दूसरा चीज़ है कि आपका मेल या फीमेल फ्रेंड भी हो सकता है, पर उस पर आप गौर कीजिए कि आप कैसे लोग के साथ हैंग अराउंड कर रहे हैं. because the nature and the quality of friends you gotta have is very important as well. कि कुछ लोग ऐसे भी होते हैं जो सिर्फ मतलब के लिए फ्रेंड्स होते हैं. You don't need friends like that. जैसे कि पहले में हमने टच किया इस टॉपिक. A friend is the one that you need indeed as well. A friend is a friend in need and indeed as well. So a friend ऐसा होना चाहिए जो आपके गिरे वक्त में काम दे. ये नहीं कि हमेशा आपसे लेते रहे. You know, और कुछ friends ऐसे भी होते हैं. They always give as well. So it's not that you always take from him. It is a mutual thing. A friendship is a bond, you know, and you got to share that bond.
Trust. Wrap up, Chief.
Well, it's a vast topic, and I think it's very important because I love being a friend, and I got about 1,000 odd friends on Facebook, and 99% of them I don't know any of them, and they're probably all trying to. They all probably friended me for some reason because they wanted to know about me or be part of me in that sense कि as people are inquisitive these days, they want to know who you are, and चलो इसके बारे में उनके फोटो के बारे में दिखते हैं कि क्या कर रहे हैं, कुछ तस्वीर दिखते हैं, कुछ glimpses करते हैं, इसके लिए they head on to your page. कोई मेकअप इंडस्ट्री आप चला रहे हैं, they want to learn, they want to cling on to you, they want to learn things, they'll head off to your site. या तो कुछ अनापशन आप कर रहे हैं, अनापशन आप बात भी कर रहे हैं, people will attach to you in that sense and they'll become friends with you. So अलग अलग तरह के friends होते हैं. The last one we didn't touch on today was people that sit on fence, जो हमेशा आपके life में you'll be meeting people that do not make decisions clearly, and I've got a very clear answer for this. Is I don't like friends personally in my personal life, those who sit on fence. I always say that it's either you say yes or you say no, because when you don't know, I always give an analogy to people. There's a red light, there's an orange light, and there's a green light, and if you're always passing the orange light, one day you'll hit the red light. That is my analogy of to explaining to people. So दोस्त उस तरह से रखिए कि आपकी ज़िंदगी में आपके आपके कीमती वक्त जो आपके साथ बिता सकता है, जो आपके दुख आपके सुख में रह सकता है. And coming back into your topic on your touch, Doc, that there's some sort of extraterrestrial forces or किसी तरह का energy है. And I think what happens is life is as we mature, we pass this in our life. We meet people, we learn things, and we become more sensible to things. कि हम लोगों का किस चीज़ में क्या फ़ायदा है और क्या losses है. So I think when we start realizing कि हम लोग lose कर रहे हैं, that at some point we're realizing that there is only loss. Let's move it. So I think that's where the sponge comes into the action and says, let's move on.
Analogy था.
फिर priority आ जाता है ना. Our priorities change as we go on in life.
So basically that's what I was driving at, but I just put the sponge in this.
Yeah, and we just move ahead in life. And friends are very dear, and I think personally, I love to be your friend. If you think I'm capable of your friend, I'm a very strict friend in a sense as well, personally. And I keep friends separately as Facebook friends. I don't share things. A lot of people I see sharing a lot of stuff on Facebook. And I think personally, थोड़ी सी इसमें कुछ hold होनी चाहिए आपकी personal life में, because
it will come back to bite you some of these things.
It will bite you in this. It's a electronic world these days. जहाँ पर जो भी आप share करोगे, and everybody's out there for reach. Everybody's out there to damage you these days. चाहे आप अच्छे हो, बुरे हो, पकड़े हो, जो भी. And the industry is changing, which is coming back to the next topic, which I'm going to say कि next week a topic we've discussed about is sin. So the reason I chose this topic this week was because it's always is a lead up to that, and that we wanted to bind it very clearly so people have quite a nice view as to how we are missing our friends and how we have left our friends behind. And we only once a year we have remember Mother's Day. Why do we have to one day to remember Mother's Day? Why do we have one day to remember Father's Day? Why do we have to? Why can't it be every day? A Father's Day or a Mother's Day or a Valentine's? Why cannot be? So I think these things are very important for us to say. Why cannot be a Friend's Day every day? Why can't you call? अगर किसी आज से बहर है, किसी से दुख है, you've got a friend that probably you've lost touch with. Give him a call today. I think I'll call some today. There's some, and the joy about hearing your friends succeeding is very good, because a friend of mine, personal friend, is granted citizenship in New Zealand and all his family, and I'm quite happy because the first person he rang was me and said, "मैं visa मिल गया family के पूरा." तो struggle himself, so it's
big struggle over.
Yeah.
और दोस्ती में एक काफी ऐसी टेस्ट होता है कि हम जब खुशहाली में खुशी नहीं रहते हैं, that is a negative force in friendship.
Yes.
You expect people to rejoice with you.
The other thing, one small thing on the same thing, ऐसे कभी कभी जब हम कुछ पा लेते हैं, कुछ हासिल कर लेते हैं, so they will be like, this is how you can identify good the friends and for foes. से कोई के लोग आपके celebration में शामिल हो जाते हैं. There will be some people who will actually question your accomplishment. They will go, कैसे आपने कैसे किया? Oh, you are very lucky to get this. These are people are questioning. They are not. If you have signs and symptoms of, if someone you progressing in life and someone says, "Oh, you must be lucky," or आपने कैसे किया है? There are people who are actually questioning your wins in life. They are not celebrating. Your friends will always celebrate you. They wouldn't question your accomplishments. Very, very important point in life. If people who are actually doing this in your life, you should. These are the signs and symptoms of some of the things that you know who your friends are.
And a personal friend of mine, actually, when he was going through his paperwork, he said, "Look, I need to borrow some money from you. You pay for us, and then we'll I'll pay you back." And I said, "Okay, fine. I'll pay on my credit card. You can pay it probably slowly." But I didn't even know that his house got sold back home. Incidentally, they have a house property which has got sold, he got his share. And he paid his way into it, and he didn't tell me even. And I said, "Yaar, tu paisa mangta raha, paisa nahi maanga humse koi cheez na." He said, "No, look, it's okay. I got my money." So he could have utilized it. He could have got money from me anyway, and said, "Look, I've got money." But he didn't even say to me, "Ki yaar, And all of a sudden, I hear uski visa mil gaya. I was shocked because I was waiting ki me paisa maangi lodge karega. I said, "No." So these are the things which happens in our life.
पैसे की बात हुई जब परम जी, कभी-कभी ऐसा होता है, the best way to lose a friend
is with money.
To loan the money when we know that they are bad.
When you know it is
creditors. Excuse me. We know they have a history of not paying, or they might have a gambling habit. जानबूझ को ऐसे लोगों को अगर पैसा देंगे,
I mean, there's reasons as well. करार भी आते हैं ना friendship में, because of woman is one.
Not
money
in this
is the other
situation.
thing.
Money has separated a lot of
always
friendships.
want money.
Cut down a lot of friendship with just money. It's something. It's even when friends even take your money, it's very hard to get it back.
Regular,
not everyone.
borrowers,
but,
regular जो होते हैं.
it's something you shouldn't bring between friends. Is money.
Money.
Well, guys, it's been a good journey for us. We're off now and to our very ways to enjoy our friendship and Talo Nogona and play some music, I suppose. And don't forget, next week again we'll bring you another wonderful program, another important topic, guys, and it's about sin, यानी कि पाप.
पाप के बारे में गाना भी गाएंगे कुछ
खोज लेंगे हम. पापी पेट का सवाल है. I don't know. But something we'll discuss next week, and hopefully it'll be interesting as well. कि हम we'll talk about sin. कि there are different types of sin in this world today. Why do we sin, and if we sin, if we shouldn't sin? There's a whole spectrum of topic. We'll keep it to the minimum of 2 hours.
See what the audience says. अगर गाना आज का singing बेकार रहा तो if you get feedback तो हम नहीं बजाएंगे. If it चल जाएगा तो फिर we'll do our own on pop. But that's very interesting.
Yes. And I quite enjoyed today's topic actually.
Nice journey.
It's quite good. And this is all from us.
Yeah, well, join us next week for a next episode.
Thank you.